するのか。刀の刑。
Yo, everybody, what is going on? It is your girl LP. We are doing short intros today because we have a lot to do. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is getting ready for this. Today is an awesome day because not only is it a Street Prince interview, we also have Juneteenth today. And on top of all of that, it is also Street Prince's son's birthday. So I think today couldn't get any better realistically when we think about it all around. So I see Willie Beagle is already in the building. I just would like to reiterate that today we are taking time out to interview and do a listening party for Street Prince's new album, Prince Among Men Volume 2. And that will be our focus today. So we're going to do a short interview with some questions that I have prepared, as well as like a quick little lightning round on kind of just some random questions to get to know the artist. And then we're going to get into the album. And when I say that you guys are going to thoroughly enjoy this album, I am 100% true. Street Prince, to me, has a little bit of an old school boom bap feel, but in this album, he has brought new school and old school together, and the newer generation will definitely be able to get into this album, as well as any old head in general. So I already have a couple tracks on here that are favorite, but I am almost as new to this album as you guys are, so I really encourage feedback as well as a few other things in the chat. I want you guys to tell him how you're feeling about the album. The album link is in the description, so please take the time. If this sounds like an album that you would like to support, take the time to go ahead and support that. Before I bring him in, I would like to get everybody to make sure that they share this out. Let people know that I am live so we can get this on and popping. If you're in the chat, pop in and say what's up. That way we can go. So if you are here already, please go ahead and let me know where you're from. I went ahead and I shared it out, but I do rely on the chat quite a bit for this to get shared out. So I want you guys to, like I said, get in here, like the video up. What's going on, Godson? I see you. And please take a second to share this out. Let people know what we're doing. You guys are really, really going to enjoy this album. I'm going to take a second, like I said, and share this out while you guys are sitting in here. I see Figs. And I'm going to get, like I said, a couple people going for this interview. I know I'm going to have like 1,000 messages sitting up here, but that is okay. We got to do what we got to do. So we're going to bring him on here in a second. Please feel free to ask any questions that you guys might have. I have a list of my own, but if you feel like I missed something that might be vital to say, please take a second and don't hesitate to ask him, especially once we start getting into the album. I would highly encourage you that if you are watching on Facebook, go ahead and take yourself over to Twitch or to YouTube. His album is registered, and it is one of those things where you already know how Facebook is. So I would highly suggest, I'm going to go ahead and pin it in the chat now. What's up? Kelly Kells in the building. I see you. Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. please take a second and jump to one of those other better platforms that you guys and I both know about. So that way, if Facebook does go down, we do not get this fire album interrupted. So I'm going to go ahead and pin the, I'm going to go ahead and pin the YouTube to the chat. Babe, can you type that in there? Because it's not letting me go to my page for some reason. In the chat for the live on Facebook. It's telling me it can't connect for some reason. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put the YouTube in there. No, not on Twitch, babe. On Facebook. Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and, like I said, I'm going to pin this in the chat so you guys have the, what's up, Kula? I see you. I see Mishka. I see everybody in here. Who else is showing up? Martino's in the building. I see Figs. Please, guys. Please go ahead and get this shared up for me before we bring Prince into the building. I'm going to tag this up on here so that we can www.youtube.com/thehollywood0386. Like I said, you want to be watching from one of these that are not going to go down, okay? That is the best place to be watching. Zero lag, zero shit to worry about. That's what it is, and that's what it do. So, we got Martino. We got the Barber in the building. What's going on, man? The Rebel. I always say the Barber. I don't know why I read it like that. But I do. For some reason. Anyways, the YouTube is now pinned. Go ahead and take that into consideration. Please do as I ask, because like I said, it likes to be crazy. Willie said, yo, Twitter about to go crazy. I hope so, Willie. Thank you for the shares. I really appreciate that. I hope we get a lot of people. And this album is so fire. When I tell you that I usually don't get hyped up, I mean, I do get hyped up because y'all are the shit. But this album got me hyped. I am so excited. I see Linux in the building. Shout out to Linux. I see you, girl, and your little belly. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to get to my interview screen that you guys don't know about yet. But we're going to get right to it right now. Ooh, look at this. Holly stepping it up. Shout out to Martino for this fire screen. Can we all say thank you to Martino to always having me look fresh? I'm going to go ahead and get on Skype right now. We are going to pull him into the building and get this interview and this review of his album started. If y'all are ready, please go ahead and put some fire emojis into the chat right now. It's definitely worth it. And get this shared out. Somebody tag Will Smith because you know he be up in here sharing 80,000 times and all that. Yes, absolutely. So let me go ahead and get this call going on Skype. We're going to bring him in, guys. Make him feel welcome, okay? Here we go. All these little noises. It sounds like someone's doing CPR. Hey, get it. I hope you hear it. Street Prince. I know I hear you. I just don't see you yet. There you are.
Yeah. Pardon my Wi-Fi.
All right, so let me get this situated here because it's not up on the screen at the moment. Hang on a second, babe. Let's see. Let me make sure I got this right here. Oh, I got to do. There is no URL, though. All right, so while I'm fixing this right now, Street Prince, even though they can't see you, they can still hear you. I'm going to go ahead. I want you to tell everybody where you're from. I want them to let them know, where you're from, and let's start talking about this album. And I understand that it's volume 2, so let's lead them from volume 1 into volume 2 while you tell them where you're from.
Well, I'm born in California, grew up, raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Right now, for the past 4 years, I've been residing in Indianapolis, Indiana. So. As far as location-wise, that's where I'm at. Prince Among, as a little background into the series, Prince Among Men 1 was basically I had jumped out and started doing music in the Memphis underground and was releasing mixtapes, but Prince Among Men 1 was the one that got me notoriety in the city as far as performing and songwriting and doing features and things of that nature. All that came after Prince Among Men 1.
Okay.
So, um, to me, I've released albums after that, but my personal favorite, that's my personal favorite. So I've set out originally to make another favorite CD, so a CD that would be better than my favorite, and I feel like I accomplished that when I dropped this joint.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, I couldn't wait to the next to the next day. I know. So for those that don't know, he and I had talked yesterday before, and he was like, "Yo, so have you actually listened to the album through and through?" And I hadn't yet because I really wanted to give a genuine reaction to the album, and then I clicked on the first song and I was like, yo, I had listened to about 1 through 5 and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep going. And the first time probably in a really long time that I have not skipped any songs on an album. And I was telling him today, like, that is something that is extremely rare for anything, especially, and I want to point this out, this album has 15 songs, correct? And so the 15 songs is normally a little bit longer than most albums that you see nowadays. But with that 15, I didn't skip any of them. It was something that was still able for me to sit through because people don't have attention spans like they used to, right?
Right.
So it's nice to be able to have a decent length of an album and be able to sit through and enjoy each track. So we're going to get started with a couple questions that I have for you. You said you're living in Memphis right now, correct?
No, I'm in Indianapolis
Oh,
right now.
Indianapolis now. Okay.
If you ask me where I'm from, I'm gonna say Memphis. That's why I grew up. That's where I learned what I learned. That's where I ran the streets, all the whole nine. Memphis, Tennessee.
So how was the music scene out there when you first started doing music? Was there a music
Uh,
scene?
yeah, Memphis has a really, really strong underground scene. You could wake up on any day, any night, hit your Facebook and say, "Hey, I want to go get on stage." You know what I'm saying? Or such and such got an open mic, and so, and every it's a very musically rich in heritage is all that. So as far as location wise, what I'm saying, I do miss that about the city. Um, but infrastructure wise is where the city is lacking. So it's no record labels out there other than not knocking anybody, but the independent record labels are there, but they're everywhere. I'm talking about like in Atlantic or Interscope. We don't have one of those.
Right.
But henceforth, why most of the talent you tend to see leaving, getting on and coming back, or leaving and getting on and not coming back.
Right,
So,
right.
you know, but there's a very strong, it's a lot of artists that are dope, man. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot.
And you know what I had thought about doing too, that you say that is because I've been asking the Facebook and I've been asking the viewers, like, how do you guys think I should do these interviews? And somebody happened to mention of doing interviews from a certain area so I could showcase the talent in that area. So if I was gonna say, yo, I'm gonna do some interview of artists that are from Memphis, is there anyone that you would say, yo, Holly, this is somebody that you need to check out?
Definitely. Definitely. Jay Discreet, that's probably one of the first people that comes to name. Um, all my whole team, Omega Forte,
Yeah.
Payu, Chosen. Um, it's a lot of good people out there, man. Virgos, Capital Minds, Promise TMG, C Stiller, Junior. Uh, Man, we can name names. I can get.
That's good.
We
That
can
means
name
I got
names.
I got a lot of people that I
You know what
can
I'm
take.
saying? Friday Black. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? We can name names. It's a lot.
But that's good though. That means that if I decide to do it that way, if I decide to do it by people's city or state or whatever the case is, I know who to come to find what artists need to be on those interviews. So
Hmm.
back to the album, we're gonna get into some track in a minute. I'm gonna kind of ask a couple questions, and I'm gonna let you introduce the first track on the song or the first track on the album, which is Bleachers. But before we do that, I would like to ask you, who or what inspired you to start doing music in the first place, and the type of music that you do.
Um, it was my half brother, step brother. I don't know what you want to call it, but um, I never really knew him. And one summer, his mom sent him to my dad for some get right. Uh, and he was from Atlanta, so he came with his Walkman and some cassette tapes, and that was my first time hearing Outkast, Southern Playalistic Cadillac Music, and I had never heard no shit like that in my life. Um, and then we grew up with 3 6 Mafia, so
Oh yes,
that's just
love Three Six Mafia.
normal. That's just normal for me. And then once I heard Outkast, it kind of opened me up to be like, okay, what else is out here? So I'm walking to school, sixth, seventh grade, bumping Mobb Deep and Black Star, and nobody in my region or around me is even interested in that type of music. So as far as my artistry goes, it's actually in this song. Bleachers is actually about why I started rapping. It was a friend of mine named Brandon Mitchell who also played the live bass on this track. Shout out to Brandon. Um, I used to sit up at the top of the bleachers with my notebook full of rhymes and watch everybody freestyle, and so scared or so thinking about what everybody's gonna think that because I wasn't a cool kid. You know what I'm saying? So I just sat back, and my homeboy told me, man, like, if you don't do this, then you'll never see, man. If you too scared, it'll never work. It'll never happen. So I jumped off the bleachers. You know what I'm saying? And this first track is actually the story, and it's like it's all true.
Now, I do want to say that I feel like out of all the songs on the album, this was the best. You picked the best one to start with because, just like you said, it tells a very good story. It's a very good storytelling track. And so I'm excited for people to hear this because I think they will get kind of a really good idea of, even though you just kind of summarized it, it's nice when we hear it to music. So
Yeah.
we're going to go ahead and we're going to already get into, we're going to go ahead and play Bleachers. I'm gonna leave the screen up how it is right now, so that way you can see me vibing to it and you vibing to it as well. So
Hi.
the first track off the album is called Bleachers, and again, this is Prince Among Men Volume 2 by Street Prince. If you are interested in this album or it becomes something of interest as we go along on the interview tonight, the link for it is in the chat already. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that now. Please put your comments and your feelings and how you like the track in the chat. And here we go. So this is Bleachers.
A lot of people doing this, things are different these days. So, what's your approach, man? What makes you stand out?
Man, truthfully, authenticity, bro. I don't worry myself with being number one. I just try to be the best me. And hopefully that translates into music. You feel me?
Facts. I feel you. All right, authenticity. Okay. Let's get into these bars then. How authentic are you, bro? Shit, we can't let you get up out of here without spitting something. I know you got it with you.
I got it always.
Hey, give him a beat.
LJ1X production.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It all started in the bleachers. Cause I was sitting in the bleachers. Yeah. It all started in the bleachers. Yeah. It's 2003. Couldn't foresee what I was destined to be. My rhyme book full of scribbles that I barely can read. I had dreams of 6 feet, trying ball like Kareem. I'm 4'11", niggas ain't gon' pick me up on 18. It's to the bleachers. Goliath and Precise had it locked down. Spitting flames, got the gym feeling hot now. They had the flow in the style, nigga, hands down. Meanwhile, I'm wearing the same pants for the third time. My insecurities killing me. Never asked what they thought, cause what if they thought different? differently and told me I was whacking, lacking that special chemistry. What if I hit the cipher?
All right, so I'm gonna restart this real quick. Street Prince, I'm gonna have you mute your mic. If you can hear me, I'm gonna have you mute your mic on your end in the Skype, so what I can play this. It should be a little bit louder then, if you can hear me.
Okay.
There we go. All right, let's try this again, guys. Again, this is Bleachers.
Competition out here. A lot of people doing this. You know, things are different these days. So, what's your approach, man? What makes you stand out?
Man, truthfully, authenticity, bro. You know, I don't worry myself with being number one. I just try to be the best me. And hopefully that translates into music. You feel me?
Facts. I feel you. All right, authenticity. Okay, let's get into these bars then. How authentic are you, bro?
Sure. You know, I got
shit,
you.
we can't let you get up out of here without spitting something. I know you got it with you.
I got it always.
Hey, give him a beat.
LJ1X production.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It all started in the bleachers. Cause I was sitting in the bleachers. Yeah. It all started in the bleachers. Yeah. It's 2003. Couldn't foresee what I was destined to be. My rhyme book full of scribbles that I barely can read. I had dreams of 6 feet, trying ball like Kareem. I'm 4'11", niggas ain't gon' pick me up on 18. It's to the bleachers, Goliath and Precise had it locked down. Spitting flames, got the gym feeling hot now. They had the flow in the style, nigga, hands down. Meanwhile, I'm wearing the same pants for the 3rd time. My insecurities killing me. Never asked what they thought, cause what if they thought differently and told me I was whacking, lacking that special chemistry? What if I hit the cipher and I choke? That'll be the end of me. I can't let my fear overcome my reality. Before I was the prince, I still felt like your majesty. Brandon Mitchell told me what I got the teachers can't teach. And you'll never touch the stars if you're afraid to reach. It all started in the bleachers. Yeah, cause I was sitting in the bleachers. I got my ass about the bleachers, put my feet up on the pavement. 2 years later, I'm the hood favorite. 16 tracks, man, I'm feeling like the greatest. Money, cars, clothes, 24s, you know, pimpin' hoes. I want the fame, no shame, means anything goes. Right, see, I was living fast and rapping fast. Yo, nigga, House of Hayes, 1500 out the stash. I played it for my big homie Blink. He looked me in my eye, took a deep breath, and he told me it was trash. Nigga, I was thrown back. Shotgun to the chest, nigga, I was blown back. He said I had potential, but what I rap on instrumentals was more of a step back. So I had to step back. Looking in the mirror, hit that backspace button, and I started it from scratch. Took my life moments and made moments captured on wax. From Red Dragon to higher level to where I'm at. I lose it all in the game before I ever go back to the bleachers.
Yo, that shit was dope. That was Street Prince. Man, you know, he had to get out of here. You know, man, making moves, hit another city, hit another state, another interview. But look, it's our time to go too. But before we get out of here, man, you know, we got to get a quick word in from our sponsors.
Regular alarm clocks don't work for you?
Yo, this skit
You're
killed
never
me.
on time. Try Nig Alarms.
Wake your punk ass up.
Only $9.99.
Oh man, yo, that skit kills me. When I heard that the first time, please let me know too if my volume, if I'm not muted or anything. Street, you can come back off. What I think is happening is because Skype is also using audio for the interview, it's minimizing a little bit of the audio on the what's it called? On the album play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, they said it sounded a little better. I can turn it all the way up in OBS. Hopefully it doesn't make it sound crappy. But it's just one of those things with when you're running multiple programs at once, not everything can use the audio and the video and everything. So people were still liking it. They said it did sound a little bit low, but I'm telling you that these are mixed very well, and it's more the stream than it is anything else. If I can fix it while we're still going through stuff, I absolutely will. But I did turn it all the way up in OBS, so hopefully that helps.
Okay.
But I really Carlos said just a little bit should be good. So I did turn it up the rest of the way. Hopefully this next one will do a little bit better. But I do want to ask, I'm looking at the comments and I kind of want to read this back to you. What everybody's saying. I mean, I think you have the chat open, but a lot of people was really liking it. They liked the skit. The skit was funny as hell. I ain't never heard anything anything like that before. So that was funny. What made you where'd you come up with that skit from? Is that there's got to be something behind that?
Just thinking about that's something that's, I guess you could say, Memphis based. If you go back and listen to a lot of the old 3 6 Mafia or old Memphis artists, period, they always had funny ass skits.
That is true.
On their CDs. They always did. So one thing I wanted to do was just have some fun, you know what I'm saying, and just give a little bit more of my personality and not just rapping all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you. And I like those. And it's funny that you point out that because, a lot of people don't know. So I'm from VA originally. I'm from the East Coast. And 3 6 Mafia is that group I listened to hardcore when I was younger. And, 3 6 Mafia and all that South music, especially when the South started taking over, was something that I really loved. So I can appreciate little skits like that on albums because I really feel like they tie the whole album together. Especially because you kind of get a break in between songs and it might catch you off guard. I mean, Eminem was another one that kind of did those weird ass kind of off the wall skits on his albums that really made you go what the fuck? And some of them actually happened in real life. Some of them, the other ones, they kind of improv'd. So I think it's a nice addition to, the album.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. There's a few people in here. I'm just gonna read off a couple of these comments. Wait, that's Cody say, yeah, this joint rock. Carlos said that boy was talking shit. Kels, he really liked the skit. he was laughing on that one. And Mishka said it was a nice flow. And Carlos also said that Ludacris killed the skits, and he did.
Yeah.
Let me see something real quick. But I'm just ready for the next track. But I'm gonna ask you a couple questions before we get into the next track, just because I like to get a couple of these questions in for artists, especially indie artists, because you guys have a different experience than mainstream artists do. This is just kind of a question about the music business in general. How do you feel? Because I'm pretty sure that you like and enjoy and probably do quite often or before COVID and shit was going perform. So how do you feel like the internet has impacted the music business?
I'm part of the generation. I'm the last of the generation that was around before cell phones. So it's a task for me to get on the internet anyway. So I more so, prefer the hand-to-hand or the actual physical experience of getting out and mingling with fans or whatnot. But I also do see the benefit of having YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, all those things, because you can still sell. Well, if your goal is to sell your music and your merch, then it's plenty of avenues out here to do that. You don't necessarily even have to leave your house. A lot of people are recording, mixing, and mastering their own stuff and emailing it out, and that's the way of the world. But I do feel like it does come with a certain amount of experience as far as stage goes. You can definitely tell the difference once a person physically touches the mic, what type of artist they are. So,
I agree
beneficial both ways. It's a handicap on one hand, it's beneficial on one hand, but I can understand either way. Right. So it's got to be a balance of both, I believe.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. I think a lot of people need to also understand too that you can't just do one and not the other either. You know what I mean? Artists need to really take the experience of going out and performing, and if they haven't, that's something that they really need to do. Because one thing too that I've always kind of preached about, especially with auto-tune, is you can't go out and perform that live and sound the same. So that's one of the reasons why I think I preach so hard about auto-tune and using it on certain areas. If you use it on your verse, you're going to struggle a little bit more than as if you were to use it on the chorus, because the chorus, you can have your tracks on there. But when you have it on the verse, You're looking for an issue, when people are expecting you to sound a certain way when you go and perform.
Let me ask you something, LP. You're an artist yourself, right?
I am, yes.
Do you perform over your verses?
I put in ends and ad libs, and that's it.
So you use a show track.
That's correct. And that's, to me, that's how it should be. My chorus is on there,
Right.
obviously, and I'll sing along with my chorus. But when you're on stage and you're moving around and you've got a lot of energy and you're out of breath, you don't have it's better to have at very least the chorus on there, because then you can let your track work for you as opposed to trying to just blurt everything out and then come to your verse and you're out of breath. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I asked that because I do what I do see a lot of times. If a person is using auto tunes, they just rapping over their whole song and it sounds horrible. But I don't think they know that.
Right. But they should, because they're literally right in front of the speakers, and I don't know how they can't hear that shit. So
Yeah.
it trips me out when people do that. Somebody said my mic is off, and I don't think that's right though. I think we're good. Do you have it up still, babe? Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna let you introduce the next track. I'll ask you some more questions when we get back. We're gonna keep this moving along because I want them to hear. I can't wait to get to, where is the one I like? Enjoy the Ride is one of my favorite tracks. And there's another one that I listened to that shit probably like 4 times after it came on, so I'm excited about that one. But all of them are good though. And Kush Like Wine is a good one too. They're all good. Yes.
Yes, indeed.
All right, so go ahead, introduce Never Left to the audience.
Never Left is basically. That's basically it's just me talking shit to a rebuttal to people who told me, damn, SP, damn, you leaving now? Damn, Prince, you leaving now? You leaving Memphis now? Like, I didn't leave Memphis for music purposes. I left Memphis for life purposes.
Sure.
To have more opportunities. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. Infrastructure wise, Memphis has been berated and taken. Everything that was profitable is gone. So I refuse to sit there with my family and stay. But anyway, that's a different story. But I didn't leave for music. So when people are doing the you left to get on or you turned your back on this is a rebuttal to them. Like, I never left. I'm still the Prince. And yeah, basically.
So he's about to talk some shit right now, is what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. All right, so we're going to go get into this now. This is Never Left. Prince, if you can go ahead and mute your mic again, hopefully that'll help out our sound the best we can. So this is Never Left. Let's check it out.
So I'ma raise my right hand and lock to your honor. So we don't take a stand, but we take a stand. Fans up in the stands rooting for the underdogs. Heavenly Father keep me covered like overalls. What I'm trying to make this flip like a somersault. I'm trying to heat the winter up and cool the summer off. Explosive on contact, dropping lyrical molotovs. They offer pennies for my thoughts, but that's some small change. I own my masses and I recoup at a fast pace. They say I'm ruthless, but I ain't changed. I'm out my mind, but remain sane. Break the chain, or remain a slave. Raise a fist, take a knee if you feel the same. I live my life on center stage, and for that reason I'm called to speak the truth, and it's all part of a bigger plan at war with Satan's pawns. Side eyes, what type of shit is he on? Spit that manure can grow a rose from a stone. Captivating, I hold you captive with points. Over dope beats, awaken the beast, and now it's on, nigga. Yeah, I said I'm back like I never left. Hey, yeah, fuck, yeah, okay, yeah, let's go.
How y'all feeling about this? Let me know. Put it in the chat right now, guys. All right, so that was, let's see, Mike Good Music Low. Yes, we've been trying to fix the music here for the last, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. Because it is low for whatever reason. Give me a second here. Oops. No, I'm not going to end the stream. Yeah, I'm not going to end the stream. All right, so we have, let's see, I fuck with the message, but it seems a little dragged out. That's what Cody was saying on that one. I like that one. That, to me, that particular track beat was like almost like an anthem type. Prince, if you want to unmute, you can. But I personally really liked the beat on that one, as well as the delivery. I don't really have any complaints about the album myself. This is really just, we're going over and talking about the album and doing whatever and kind of seeing how people are feeling. Now, I'm getting mixed things in my chat about some of it's low, but some people are saying it's good to go. So I'm not going to tie the timer. You're not late. We just started not that long ago. We're still going. And so most people are saying they can hear it fine. It may sound low on your end. Can you hear me, Prince? We still good? You're still muted though. Which one? Hold up a second. All these fun things that we're having happen. This one? Oh my gosh. Which one? This one? There we go. Okay. We got you back now. We got you back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're
All
good.
right.
All of this we got people that saying it's good, it's not good, so we're just gonna assume that it's good. If you can't hear it, you just need to turn that motherfucker up. But what I will tell you guys is when you go and listen to the album is in the description, and it is very clear, very well mixed, all of that stuff. Manny Beachside said, you may have to turn OBS a little bit. I did. My OBS is all the way up, so I can't even turn it up, but people are saying it sounds good, so I'm not even going to worry about that. If it's low for some people, I'm sorry. Just go click that link and listen live. All right, so I got a couple more questions for you before we get into the next track. I personally, like I said, I don't have really a lot of anything complaints about this album in general, which that doesn't happen very often. I can't say that out of 1 out of 10, it's gonna be on the high end towards the 10 area. So I'm excited to keep getting in the rest of this. But I really wish this audio was working a little bit better than it was. But that's okay, because again, we're gonna listen to it, and if anything, what I'll end up doing is I can do it again minus the interview and just the listening party to kind of make up for that as well. So
Okay.
what I'm gonna do now is, let me look at these. So I have a couple other questions for you as far as just general like music questions. And part of those is when you were thinking about releasing this album, was there any particular reason why you decided, because the album release date was like 2 weeks ago, right? Or a week ago?
No, it was. Okay, so I actually put this album out last year.
Oh, okay.
Um,
We
but
late.
but yeah, so I put this album out. I think it was September, August, September, October. It might have been November. I'm not sure. But when I put it out, I didn't like the way it sounded sonically. Me and my team made a decision to go back into the lab, re-record everything, remix every single beat from the stems down. Shout out to I Make Mad Beats and Unapologetic, their whole team. So got the whole beat, a whole CD redone, and now we're redropping it again. So it came out, I think the 19th, I think March 19th, I think is the day it came out.
Okay. So was there a reason? So the part of the reason was that you just wasn't ready to, you just didn't like it. And I feel that same way too. I had an album from 2015 that I still haven't released.
Yeah. So it's for me, it's like, okay, if you don't like my music, that's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to be, because that's the type of music listener I am. It can be the dopest MC in the world, but if it don't sound good, I automatically don't like the song. So if you put my music up against the J. Cole's or the whatever your favorite person is, whether or not you like my song over theirs is not important. It is the quality of the music should still be at some level or some degree relatable among both platforms, even though I'm an indie artist. That's who I feel like I'm competing against. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's a good way to think about it. Sometimes I think like indie artists themselves will sometimes compare themselves too much with the mainstream and what's going on out there, because that's not really your competition unless you end up blowing up. You know what I mean? So right now it's all the other people that are kind of at your level, or, you know, maybe slightly above your level, or whatever the case is. You're trying to make yourself stand out among those people. I mean, that's me personally,
Right.
but
So I'm not chasing content, or I'm not chasing like rap style. Like, I'm still doing me, but as far as the standard of how good music can sound, I feel like, you know, I can't afford to go to Dr. Dre's studio, but there is a level of professional mixing and mastering that is affordable and it is attainable. So, you know, that's all I'm saying.
I got you. All right, so we're going to go ahead. I think Off the Roof is up next. Do you want to give a little insight on what this track is about and what it meant to you?
It's just a fun song, man. I just enjoy making it. It just came to me. It's no backstory. And once I started writing it, I finished writing in like 20 minutes. It just dropped on me all at once. So,
all right.
Hope you like it.
They will. They're going to, because I said so. No, it's that good. All right. So I'm gonna have you go ahead and mute. I'm gonna try something different. I'm actually gonna try to play it from Spotify and see if I get any different results and see if it's louder. And we'll kind of go from there. So this is Off the Roof. Again, this is off the Prince Among Men. So let's check this out. Oh, what happened?
Yeah, I I don't know what they got into me. Maybe that weed in that Hennessy. Maybe that hash in that oil, that catching them negative vibe they be sending me. I don't know what they got into me. I don't know what they got into me. Literally killing them lyrically. Blood on my pencil, I pray for my enemies. Gotta stop smoking these squares. They killing me softly while chasing the sticky green. My nigga from Florida sent me a pack in December. I call it a Christmas tree. We came up from nothing but city, no bluffing. My nigga, we mastered the chemistry. Stars are aligning in symmetry. Teaching the game that was giving me synergy. One with my energy. Gotta bounce back till we back up. And they back down like fall leaves. Big strides like tall leaps. In the game like floor seats. Kill the track like I'm Voorhees. In the lead, need more speed. Check my stats, we scorekeeper. In the city, I'm the truth. Here's the proof. Got my stripes as a youth. Make you come up out your shoes. Niggas talking out they neck. Leave them hanging by they boots. Dropping suicide bars until they jumping off the roof. Off the roof. I don't know what they got into me. Maybe that weed in that Hennessy. Maybe that hash in that oil. That catching them negative vibe they be sending me. I don't know what they got into me. I don't know what they got into me. Literally killing them lyrically. Blood on my pencil, I pray for my enemies. I don't know what they got into me. Maybe that weed in that Hennessy. Maybe that hash in that oil. That catching them negative vibe they be sending me. I don't know what they got into me. I don't know what they got into me. Literally killing them.
Something for everybody on this album.
If you ain't never heard of me, then you ain't heard the word, homie. Bumping Boosie, I swerve on them. Too dope like it's birds on me. Niggas got some like church women, but I ain't got no words for them. Bet to go find a purse for them. Match your hat in the skirt for them. Let's commence with the purge. Dig a ditch for them rookies. I survived to the end. Not your average scary movie. We been back to back boosting. Loud gang, we recruiting. Running back like special teams. Gotta keep the ball moving. In the city, I'm the truth. Here's the proof. I've been spitting like I got a missing tooth. In the booth, I don't fire shots unless my aim is true. Aim at you. Dropping suicide balls until they jumping off the roof. Off the roof. I don't know what they got into me. Maybe that weed in that Hennessy. Maybe that hash in that oil. That catching them negative vibe they be sending me. I don't know what they got into me. I don't know what they got into me. Literally killing them lyrically. Blood on my pencil, I pray for my enemies. I don't know what they got into me. Maybe that weed in that Hennessy. Maybe that hash in that oil. That catching them negative vibe they be sending me. I don't know what they got into me. I don't know what they got into me. Literally killing them lyrically. Blood on my pencil, I pray for my enemies.
Mm. Uh, I hear that every now and again, but I feel like that's only when I'm in a certain mode.
I got it, babe. Yeah. And so, what I had just asked him, because apparently I was muted. We're just having all kinds of fun audio shit happening. I told him that as far as that track goes, you know, it's a good one for the newer generation, for them to also latch on to. I'm just trying to reiterate what I just went over because it was muted for a second. But it's a hype track. Somebody in the chat had said that they just can't act civilized when they're listening to that one. And then I mentioned that I feel like he reminded me a little bit of Kendrick Lamar. And I don't know if it was that particular track that it was, but maybe it was just that track. Because on the other ones, I feel like a little bit something different. But, me personally, somebody else had mentioned like Cassidy, but I don't, who do people come to you and be like, yo, this is who you sound like?
Immediately, Don Trip.
Really?
And it's crazy because we're from the same part of town. So it's just, I think it's a voice thing, not necessarily a rap style thing. but that's what I get all the time.
I could see that. Somebody else, I think somebody else in the chat said Ace Hood.
Mm.
You
On
know?
that song, I can understand why they would say that on that song, but that's the only song like that on this album.
Is it? You know, and I noticed that too. That is that one where you kind of have that little bit of a different style. But to me, there was another one too. Like the one that I like that's coming up in a few tracks is that is actually, where is it? Hold on, let me look at the list real quick. It is the Kush Like Wine. That beat is a little bit different, and I feel like the delivery is a little bit different than the rest of the album, as well as Enjoy the Ride. I feel like those were two that kind of stuck out as well. Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, that's one of the things I pride myself on. Like, if you're an artist and you have the thing that you say is your secret weapon or whatever, like, I pride myself on being a songwriter. Like, no song on here is the same as the last song. So, like, each song is for a different reason, for a different audience, or the same audience, or, like, it's just, I got dance stuff, I got female stuff, I got smoking stuff, we got trap shit, we got hard stuff, we got lyrics, we got bars. So, that's what I pride myself in, is not necessarily having to drive in one lane. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I absolutely agree. And I think that's why I enjoyed this as much as I did, was because there is so much difference and stuff on here that I think anybody can find something that they like on here. So that's why I really mess with this. So now we have Making the News with outro. So I'm assuming there's a skit attached to the end of that. Is that what I'm reading correctly?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and play this one. Go ahead and give them a little insight on Making the News.
It's dangerous out here. Being a young black man, being a person of color or minority, whatever title you choose to put it, it's dangerous out here. And ultimately, a plight of just trying to live day to day and make money is a frightening one at the same time. So we're just trying to make the paper without making the paper.
I feel that.
We're trying to make the paper without making the front page of the news. So this is what this song is about.
All right, well, we're gonna get into it right now. Let me pull this up real quick and get this off your face so we can do this. This is Making the News. Let's check this out.
Yeah. We out grinding. Trying to get to the same place.
And again, guys, I apologize if it's low.
What's the difference?
Doing the best that I can.
Big difference between a business and a hustle, you know? Yeah. I refuse to live my life inside a cubicle. Working for another man's dream, making minimum wage. Sad to say, that's the usual pay. Cause my people get extorted day to day. Ain't nobody gonna treat you like you treat yourself. Never mind who don't believe, gotta believe yourself. Transform a small hustle into mountains of wealth. I'm just trying to lead the way without losing myself. Along the path, pray to God that he order my steps. If I order a drink, I pray that they ain't poison the well. Don't speak for my people if your soul is for sale. Daydreaming about heaven while we living in hell. You call it freedom while your mind's still stuck in a cell. Can't tell most people cause they stuck in their ways. I don't subscribe to that religion that they openly praise. Be the change you wanna see, I ain't gonna wait to be saved. Hold up, hustle for it, grind for it, hustle for it, grind for it, then repeat. Cause we just try and make paper without making the news. We just try and make paper without making the news. Hold up, hustle for it, grind for it, hustle for it, grind for it, then repeat. Cause we just try and make paper without making the news. We just try and make paper without making the news. Be honest with the grind, what you hoping to gain? The risk outweighs reward, ain't no reason to stay. We used to bump Cameron while we was shaking the jakes. We was young, touching work, trying to build up the weight. Lesson learned, lost a couple niggas, let it burn. Use my better judgment, thank God for the sermon. Pack a sack lunch, brown bag for the journey. Weaving through the evils, hope I make it out the furnace. I'm in grave with pain, ice cold blood in my veins. Don't let them steer you off your path, take control of the reins. I'm just speaking for myself, I ain't placing the blame or throwing shade on whack niggas dropping salt in the game. You can say I do it for the culture. 22 long rifle aiming at these vultures. I'm only getting older, I'm only getting sicker like Ebola. Numbers don't lie, make the quota, nigga. Hustle for it, grind for it, hustle for it, grind for it, then repeat. Cause we just try and make paper without making the news. We just try and make paper without making the news. Oh, look, hustle for it, grind for it, hustle for it, grind for it, then repeat. Cause we just try and make paper without making the news. We just try and make paper without making the news. Oh, look.
All through the day and the night, you know what I'm saying? WBAZ, Black Haven Radio, 116.1 on your FM dial. I know right about now, I know you're cruising around in your cars and any part of the city, downtown, Beale Street, you probably in the hood, about to get you some Dodge Stone chicken or whatever you got to do. But while you doing it, I know you got it rocking to that new SP, that Street Prince, Prince Among Men 2 album. Hottest shit in the city right now, rocking from North Memphis, South Memphis, Westwood, Orange Mountain. You know we rocking this shit in the Haven, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep it locked right here. We got some shit to give away, got some tickets to give away, that DOA.
Please make sure you guys let them know what you're feeling in the chat right now.
Got some DOA tickets to give away. We about to do that thing. Shout out Step Chambers. We rocking. We everybody out here. We in the city on the only station keeping a fat one of your baby mama while you working at the hub.
I don't see how you do this every day. Back and forth from computer to. This is bananas. I can't even handle one phone in my hand.
It's pretty difficult. I'm not even gonna lie, and we're trying to fix the sound issue right now. So, if you want to, what I can do right now, if you can give my boyfriend 5 minutes, you can talk about the next track while he's attempting to fix the audio, because I think he found a fix. He just needs to get onto the computer. And so there's a couple people in here too. I don't know if you're seeing the chat or anything, but a couple people said it sounds
I'm on YouTube, so I can see YouTube.
Yeah, there's a couple.
Just shout out to my fan, Brandon Mitchell in the stream right now. That's the homeboy who got me off of the bleachers, man. That's the person who actually played bass on that song as well. So shout out to him.
Hell yeah! And
shout out J Dove, one of my producers.
Yep, give your shout out. And
I see you.
Tell everybody who all worked on the album too, like who produced it, what were their engineers, like get all those people, name them, and do. Let's go over that.
Okay, so the executive producer of the project is LaRod Jones for LJ1S Productions. He's also 1/3 of Steak Sauce. This is a production company comprised of 3 gentlemen, who is LJ1S, Sonny Dizzle, and Kingpin the composer. These people are also affiliates of Loud Gang, which is my team of artists and producers who collaborate to make music. And Kingpin has he has the biggest and official beat battle series in Memphis platform called Let's Get Loud. I don't know when it'll be back up because of all this that happened, but that's who they are. And then I got a couple of other producers on here. DJ Nitro, Nickels on Wax, and my homeboy Strafer. And I think that's everybody. That's all the producers. Me and LaRod, we sat down and we went through the concept of what I was trying to do. That's actually him on that's him on Bleachers interviewing me. Everybody thinks that's a real radio interview, but it's really not. So we really sat down and thought this through, like the intros, the outros, where things were going to be placed. Even when we re-recorded it, he still was I was back in Indiana, and he pretty much took the bulk of the work after I re-recorded everything to make sure it all came to be the vision that we both, sat down and thought of initially. So, um,
Are you guys planning to do any videos to any of the tracks on this album? Or I know you have one, you have Overtime, but are there any more that's gonna come?
yes, I plan to shoot a video for every album. I mean, every song on here. Well, that was the plan, but I got a few in the tuck, and I'm just waiting. It's no rush. So yeah, but definitely visuals.
Okay.
Conceptually, I want to be able for people to see the difference between the songs even after listening to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it makes a big difference, especially if you release it after the album's already been released. It brings back the attention to the album again, and whatever. I really please do a video to enjoy the ride, please.
Oh, definitely. Oh, okay, so that video was planned right before this bullshit happened. I promise you.
Oh,
I
really?
promise you. That was the song for the summer. That's supposed to be out. That's supposed to be jamming. People
Yeah.
supposed to be sipping green teas and wearing sundresses to that song.
That's what it makes me feel like too. It really does. I can't wait for us to actually get to that track. I'm excited. So I think we fixed the audio issue. I'm gonna do a check real fast to see. But if it works, give me an intro into 24 Hours. 24 Hours is another dope. That chorus is super catchy. I really love the chorus. It's real simple. It's easy to learn. So give me a little bit of info on 24 Hours.
So 24 Hours is exactly what it is. So outside of music, I'm a screen printer. I own Indie Sun screen
Zulu,
printing,
right?
and that's all I. No. That's a separate clothing line. That's the clothing brand that I wear. Zulu is created by Capricorn Graphics, Curtis Covington, who's actually my brother as well. So, but my business, my real business, like how I feed my family, I do screen printing. So a lot of times I'm up, like for real. And like I said it in jest one day, like it's 24 hours and I feel like I've been up for 28. And when I said it, I knew it was a song. So I put it in song form.
And we're about to check it out right now.
That's the background on that.
Yes, let's check this out. And I guarantee you there's a lot of people that feel this way. I know there's a lot of people that go out and work, 16-hour days at some places and still push out music. Tragic is one of those artists that I know that works that kind of hours, and then they still have time to put together albums such as you, like this one. And same with Tragic and a lot of other artists that I know that there's not enough time in the damn day. There never is. So let's go ahead and test this real quick. Hopefully this works and hopefully we're good. This is 24 Hours. Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Way better.
What you
Probably
do it
too
for?
loud now.
Money in the fame. Yeah. I say it's 24 hours in a day. Hey. Feel like I've been awake for 28. Call my mama and she tell me do is pray. Hey. But still I cannot seem to find my way. Zero tolerance for busters in these fakes. Hey. Suggest you haters stay up out my way. Win or lose, I'm just trying to change the game. Hey, if the fame, I grind for my last name. I come to knock all of the pictures off the wall. Get your ass up on the floor and get your back up off the wall. I'm just trying ball. Haters hate, they hoping that I fall. But I'm going too hard. I'm talking ball till I fall, homie. Ball till I fall, homie. Bounce with me, get this money, count with me. Make some noise, you in the house with me. Super duper fly, come surf these clouds with me. Keep it on the hush, come smoke this loud with me. Looking for the real, you found the right man. I swear I know the hustle like my right hand. The plan won't work until you find the right plan. I switch stances from pitching to killing mic stands. Hey, so we on now, play the game till we foul out. Serious about my business, little homie, cut all them smiles out. Keep a cannon on me, this ain't wildin' out. Keep it G, 1,000, watch it balance out. I say it's 24 hours in a day. Hey, Feel like I've been awake for 28. Call my mama and she tell me do is pray. Hey, but still I cannot seem to find my way. Zero tolerance for busters in these fakes. Hey, suggest you haters stay up out my way. Win or lose, I'm just trying to change the game. Hey, if the fame, I grind for my last name. Go. Pardon my arrogance, I'm back in my element. I know you been missing your fix. We got the medicine. Heaven sent hit the track with a flare. A street elegance, better send better men for the job. Say the embarrassments. Loud talking and wolf tickets. High pitched embellishments.
How y'all feeling it?
All
Let
these
me know in
cats
the
bring
chat
to the
right
table
now.
is false projections. I eat with my profits. Round table counting the profits. Plotting the right angle so we can corner the market. I make moves, homie. Make sure I keep all my receipts. We pay dues, homie. Help spread the news for me. Hop out the coop with my muse like I've been used to money. Man, this game should be told, I need to understudy. So walk with me, exhale and talk with me. You'll see that we the same, I just talk a little different. Keep the goal in mind, haters crossing when they dribble. Bring your knees back straight, don't let them knock you off your pivot. I say it's 24 hours in a day. Hey, feel like I've been awake for 28. Call my mama and she tell me do is pray. Hey, but still I cannot seem to find my way. Zero tolerance for busters in these fakes. Hey, suggest you haters stay up out my way. Win or lose, I'm just trying to change the game. Hey, if the fame, I grind for my last name. Go.
Hey, I love that track so much. I really, really like that chorus. Prince, make sure to unmute yourself again.
Motivation.
They like that. They was feeling this one.
Motivation.
They were feeling this one and the freaking speakers were.
Motivation.
We got the sound back, so that was bumping. Mishka said his monitors are doing a happy boom dance over there, and he's really liking them. He said, "Man, you can." He said, "You're doing it from the heart. We can tell, and not to stop." Comments like that really resonate with me because too often I feel like some artists that tend to do music like you and like myself get a little bit discouraged because of what's so popular nowadays. But realistically, I feel like this is something that only certain MCs, certain artists can really get to resonate with other people. Does that make sense? Like, you really have to be true and believe in what it is that you're doing for people, for it to be believable, if you will. Yeah. So, very nice. Amsterdam, he's liking it. I don't know if, they be high as hell over there a lot. All the times, but I think Mishka's he's my number one top fan +1 is what he has on my for my show, because he always be in here. It's probably like 4 a.m. over there. That's why I mess with Mishka. Brandon said the track.
What's up? Shout out to Mishka.
Yeah, Brandon said the track is sick. Message is true and relatable as they come. So remember, guys, I put the link for the album on each platform that I'm live from right now, so please go and support him. And it's not more than 15, but what's the price on the album? What, $10? $9.99?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well, guess what, we gonna get it it's gonna, dude, that's a fucking meal. That's what you pay for food. Come on now. Yeah. He out here.
Yeah, and I have the direct link for purchase. I know the all the other links are for streaming primarily. I know it's a Google link on there. It's an Amazon link, I think. But I have the direct Bandcamp link on here later on. I'll attach it to the stream. And that's also the site I sell my merch from as well. So
perfect.
A lot of the CDs, they come with bundles. You get you a whole outfit in the CD. You know what I'm saying? You can feel real princely out here. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing.
Your merch is nice too. I'm not even going to front. I've seen some of it. You had it on in the flyer, so you can't really beat that. If you buy an album, you also get some stuff. So that's what's up. Jesse said I got yelled at, so I'm here. He's talking about my Facebook post. I told people to get their asses in here. So, but yes, Fig said that she's copping the album, and that's what we love to do. That is primarily what these listening parties are about, and to just honor and this is something I haven't said yet on the interview, is just the fact that you make up my platform. There's no reason that I shouldn't be putting you on a pedestal and all these other artists that I have coming and lined up, because you make my platform what it is. It would be nothing without you. So it's only fair for me to pluck out those ones that constantly come in here, constantly show support, people that are subscribing to the, YouTube, to the Twitch, doing all that, to have time for us to sit down and do this one-on-one. So before we get into the next track, because I know they want to hear more, we're going to do a quick lightning round. I'm going to tell you these questions are going to be random as hell, and they don't have nothing to do with music. So I need you to pick, and this is just for fun. If there's a question that you don't feel comfortable answering, I don't think there's anything like that. But if you don't feel like doing it, you don't have to do it. You don't have to answer it. But these are random.
Right.
I just pulled them off from somewhere just to kind of give some fun to the interview. And then we'll get back onto the next track that's coming up, which is Keep It Real. And Enjoy the Ride is coming up too, and a couple more. So let's see what I got. So what I need you to do is pick between round 1 and round 13. What number is your number?
I can pick any number between 1 and 13.
Any number between 1 and 13.
7.
7. All right. So whatever questions come in round 7, this is what you get, and I don't have any idea what they are. So.
All right.
All right. And it's kind of like a lightning round, so you just answer it as quick as you can. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So, do you like giving presents or getting presents?
Giving.
If you had a child, what would you want them to be the most popular person in their high school for?
Not being liked.
You don't want them to be liked?
Leaders and individuals usually aren't liked.
That is true. That is a very good point. I like that follow-up. Make a high-pitched sound. From 1 to 10, how hot do you like your shower water?
6.
Are you serious? That's fucking freezing. Get out of here.
Nah, yeah, women are crazy. Women are crazy.
My skin be so red when I come out the shower.
No, ma'am.
He said 6, babe, from 1 through 10. That's crazy. If Kim Kardashian and Donald Trump were both drowning and you could only save one, who would you save?
Myself?
Okay.
I don't know.
Hey, it is what it is. Do you like the smell of gasoline?
Some days.
Me too. Can you touch your toes without bending your knees?
Nope.
Do you like the name Charlie for a girl?
No.
Me neither. Do you know the definition of... Well, I don't even know how to say that. We're going to skip that. Have you ever tasted soup or soap? Soap.
Yeah.
Did your mom put it in your mouth? Because that's usually how
My
our
grandma
first
did.
taste. Yep, exactly.
My grandma did. Yep.
That's the first time I ever tried it. If you were given an all expense paid trip to Cleveland, would you take it?
No.
And the last question.
Why would I go to Cleveland?
I
What's
don't
in
know.
Cleveland?
I have no idea. I told you these questions were random as fuck. The last question I think on here is, oh no, there's 2 more. Do you currently own any stuffed animals?
Me, myself?
Yes.
No.
Okay, so you didn't hold on to anything from like childhood, whatever. Some people do. Okay. What's the maximum number of spritz of perfume or cologne that is before it's too much?
2 or 3.
That's the correct answer. I agree. Sometimes depending on the cologne, it's like 2. So
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Those were all the questions from round 7. So yeah, good job on that one. Those were super random, and I appreciate your taking the time to, do all those random shit. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and get back into the album here. So we're on to Keep It Real. Give us our introduction to number 7 on your album, or no, excuse me, number 6 on the album, Keep It Real.
Keep It Real is on some upset rapper shit, basically. Shout out to Brandon Mitchell. He played live bass on here again.
Nice.
Basically it, man. Speaking to the gimmicks and the fly-by-nights. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Thank goodness the audio is good to go, so we can bump out to this hard. You guys, please let him know what you feel like in the chat as we get into the track. This is Keep It Real. Let's check it out.
You know, hardest thing to do is to keep it real and tell the truth. Yeah. Nowadays can't name names to keep it real. No brains, big gold chains to keep a deal. Crash dummies, Kurt Cobain to get a meal.
LJ1S.
So keep it real. Nowadays can't name names to keep it real. No brains, big gold chains to keep a deal. Crash dummies, Kurt Cobain to get a meal. So keep it real. Yeah. New city, new time zone. Had to witness premonitions like a slideshow. Ain't no limit, no ceilings, that's what I know. 30,000 feet, never mind a no-fly zone. I rep Memphis everywhere I go. I leave residue stains everywhere I float. Enough with the games, no halftime show. Put me in the Hall of Fame, how many cats you know? With the classic style that smoke tracks like Black and Miles. And I don't even smoke Black and Miles. Lips black from the kush, I'm inhaling now. Exhale big puffs of clouds. I've been young and wild, I got older, got sober. Started back smoking backpack full of that older. Expensive, no back order. Give thanks to the mail sorter. Make moves, just move smarter. Nowadays can't name names to keep it real. No brains, big gold chains to keep a deal. Crash dummies, Kurt Cobain to get a meal. So keep it real. Nowadays can't name names, they keep it real. No brains, big gold chains to keep a deal. Crash dummies, Kurt Cobain to get a meal. So keep it real. Yeah. I'm out of town with no destination. Random street corner sparking up a conversation. Who got that fire? I'm blending in with the everybody's. Everybody know him, but can't quite put a finger on it. Sliding through the danger zones like my second home. But I keep the safety off, cause you never know. If you scared to get dirty, you won't ever grow. Reach for the sun, your true potential, you may never know. I stay shining on these ninjas. Floating on the clouds, call me Nimbus. State your name and your intention. I'm certified to verify. I eyeball more than cats touching their whole life while living real life. I swear it's not a game. Make a couple phone calls and get your mom's made a name. Want the fetty, not the fame. No shame in aiming high enough to get your fam elevated with the higher ups. Nowadays can't name names to keep it real. No brains, big gold chains to keep a deal. Crash dummies, Kurt Cobain to get a meal. So keep it real. Nowadays can't name names, they keep it real. No brains, big gold chains to keep a deal. Crash dummies, Kurt Cobain to get a meal. So keep it real.
LJ1S Production.
What's going on, man? What's wrong with you, man? You crying, man? What you crying for?
Nigga, fuck my bitch, man. Kill that nigga, my problem, kill that nigga.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, you can't be talking about killing nobody on the radio. Now, hold on.
Nah, man, I'm just trying to get you to help me,
Man.
man. I love him, man.
First, stop crying. You a grown-ass man. Cut that shit out on the radio, man. Let me tell you something. Wait a minute. Hello? That nigga hung up there, you know what I'm saying?
What's going on over there?
Dr. Phil over here, man. Get you some pimping about yourself, man. Crying over these bitches and shit. Could've been me fucking bitch for all I know. I don't even know.
Oh man. All right. So that was again Keep It Real. I don't think it could get more realer than that. Everybody in the chat was liking it. I'm glad we're getting the feedback that we are. I wouldn't lie to the folks. If the album was, oh shit, what just happened? Thank you for the somebody just turned down for what? Thanks, babe. I know this I'm telling you, I wouldn't say an album was non-skippable and as good as I've come across and had the pleasure of listening to if I wasn't lying. So I hope everybody in the chat is taking my suggestion on going and getting this album. You put work in, my dude. You really did. I'm proud of you and I'm impressed. I was just talking to Forte today about it. He hit me up. He was like, yo, don't I know you? I'm like, yeah, but I don't know how. It's been a minute since we talked. But I do know him, and it's been a long time since he and I had talked. But like, I know his music. I know Mass Appeal when it came out. So I just don't remember how he and I met, but I know for a fact that I think he and I met before you and I met.
Yeah.
And speaking,
I'm on Mass Appeal.
See, and that's crazy. The world is so small. But let me ask you something, because this is something that always kind of interests me on, like, how did you come across the platform? And I don't want to make this too much about the Eargasm, but I'm always really curious how artists find me or the show.
You just popped up on Facebook one day,
Really?
honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. And I hit it, and I don't know why you look familiar. I think we might have been Facebook friends for a long time, just because I'm strategic with, like, picking and choosing, like, people who are music related. So we might have been friends for years. I don't know. But
it's possible.
When the Eargasm thing started popping up and I started seeing it over and over again, I was like, okay, let me see what this is. And then when I saw what it was, I tuned in for a long time before I submitted anything. And it's crazy because when I started submitting stuff, you would always say, like, you've heard some of these songs like a year and a half ago.
I think I remember
like,
that.
You heard
too.
24 Hours when I had just recorded it the first time. You were like, it's a really good song, but the mix could be better. And it is funny because I take all that into consideration. So that's amazing. You know what I'm saying? I take everything into consideration depending on the source it's coming from. And I valued your opinion because you were so objective on the techno music or the house music or the hip hop beats or the sample tracks or everything. It was just like, okay, let me give this an objective, listen, even if it's not necessarily my type of.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's great, though. I just want to point that out, because one thing that really gets me excited about artists that come to the show is that if I do give them any kind of criticism to the point that they step back and they're like, okay, maybe she right, and then come back and you present this album to me that I didn't even put two and two together, that I probably have heard a lot of these songs before. But now that I'm listening to them, you can see that I ain't criticizing shit now. And so that's a good thing. That means that you went and you fixed and you corrected the things that I might have critiqued the first time around and made just such a great album. So I just want to say thank you for that. You know what I mean? And thank you for being and supporting as much as you have. It's kind of crazy for me that there are other artists like yourself who do just watch the show for quite some time before they actually submit. And I get that. I think artists who really give and care about their music and what they're about to give to somebody do that same thing. And I don't know if that was the reason for that, or if you just wanted to be like, let me see how this girl is, because there's a lot of other review shows out that, they're just kind of you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. They're just literally listening to music, and if it's not what they particularly, if it's not in their bag, they're gonna shit on it automatically.
Right.
And like, even my music, because it's not necessarily the wave, it's not trap rap per se, but it is hustle music. But I'm not talking about dope, but I am talking about hustling. Is not necessary. You would be surprised how. That's why I'm so big on quality, because I already have a big enough step to climb just by being a almost conscious rapper.
No, you are. Stop playing.
It just so happens I'm from where I'm from, and that comes out in how I consciously rap.
Sure.
So it's just, you know what I'm saying?
It's a thin line, but I get what you're saying. But me personally, I would consider you a conscious rapper, because the stuff that you're and I say that because you tell a story. You do have a flow that is versatile. Obviously, we've seen that so far, and we're gonna see it more as we go along. But to me, you're definitely somebody that I'd be like that I have on my playlist. Absolutely, 100%. So with that being said, we're about to get into Hurt Their Feelings. I'm gonna say just like you wrote it, Hurt Their Feelings. There's no G. So tell us about that.
This is basically me saying, yes, I am that type of rapper. But don't make me hurt your feelings. Don't make me do it to you. Like if we talking, like I don't even like don't make me stun on you. I really don't want to, but don't make me hurt your feelings. Please don't.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to do it a little bit because that's just it is what it is. So we're about to hurt some feelings right now. This is Hurt the Feelings. Let's check it out.
That shit crazy, man. You think 'cause you ain't out doing all the fuck shit, bullshit, that niggas will notice a real one when they see one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't make me have to do it to you, homie. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. I think it's about that time I hurt they feelings. Yeah. Same ain't for everybody. Yo. And money comes fast. When I slow down, you gotta know how to get it out the mud. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. I think it's about that time I hurt they feelings. Don't make me get in my bag, you don't wanna see that. Try and stun on me and get your feelings hurt. Yeah. You ever seen Bill Gates in the Lamborghini? No. You ever seen Warren Buffett up in Magic City? Stack it up by any means. I can kill the scene, but I live under my means, so I don't become a fiend to the dollar. Don't give your heart to this game, use your brain like a scholar. If you spend it all today, you might not be famous tomorrow. Never let your left hand know what your right hand promise. I could be ballin' out, top down for the summer, or hogging up the lane in the bulletproof Hummer. Prime real estate in the middle of Arizona, so when niggas drop the bombs, I gotta tunnel to the bunker. I mean, these niggas all the same flavor sardines. The way I move looks square like a box of saltines. Behind the scenes, who that nigga pulling strings? Prince, nigga. Yeah, I think it's about that time I hurt they feelings. Yeah, this game ain't for everybody. And money comes fast. When I slow down, you gotta know how to get it out the mud. Yeah, you feel me? Yeah. I think it's about that time I hurt they feelings. Don't make me get in my bag, you don't wanna see that. Try and stun on me and get your feelings hurt. Yeah.
Hey, how did you guys like that? Make sure you put it in the chat right now. Bass was banging. So again, guys, that was Hurt They Feelings. So I have a question for you. Before I even read the chat, I know you see the chat, so I'm not going to read it too much. And yes, guys, we're not ignoring you. We just want to keep the interview going. I need to ask because every artist, it varies a little bit, right? Like me, I'm probably the worst person that people want to sit in the room with when I'm writing because I have to have the beat on through the monitors. My creative process is very repetitive. And for some people, I don't know how I don't know what their world is like when they're creating. For me, I like to write to my beat. I don't like to write and then find a beat. I just think it doesn't work so well for me. So what is your creative process when you go to write a song? How does that work for you?
Your mic just blanked out. You said how what?
How does it work for you to, like, what is your creative process? Are you I got to play the beat over and over and then keep writing, or I just let it ride and I'll write? What's your process?
Yeah, I play it over and over again. So I write to feeling. I hardly ever write. Like, I'll write random bars or random ideas and set them to the side that are good ideas, but I don't write a verse like just to have a verse unless I'm writing it for it to be an a cappella verse. Like the feeling of the beat, the style of the beat, the tempo of the beat, it all weighs on how I feel and what I choose to write to that beat. In that way, because I'm like that naturally, that's how I feel like each song has its own personality. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm not necessarily trying to fit the same personality over different canvases. I'm changing as the canvas changes.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense. And then how do you come up with like titles? Like for instance, for me, right? I don't know why I do this. Maybe because sometimes it's easy. Because for whatever reason, I think the producers that I deal with, they name their songs very appropriately to the type of beat that it is. At least the producers that I deal with. And so whatever they end up naming it, sometimes I will use the name of the beat and create a song around that. Is that something that you do, or do you just go in like a completely different direction, or like how do you come about with your titles?
Titles is usually something related to something in the song. Usually, I mean, most of the time I just title it around how they can remember the hook. So like you said, Enjoy the Ride, like that's the hook too. So you don't have to guess. Like, what was that song called? I don't know, but the hook went like this. Like, nah, it's the same. It's the same song. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I feel
I don't try to be so encryptic in you know what I'm saying, when it comes to
some people do
stuff
though.
like that.
Some people really try to make people think way harder than they need to about certain things. Like some people will be like, Lavender Adidas. And there's nothing in the song that has to do with any of
producers. That. Yeah, producers beats they name them crazy stuff. So you can, like, if I made a song called Scared Children, like that was the name of one of these beats at one point in time. Like I don't know if I could undergo that.
I feel you. Now I know I will tell you this though. In my process, when if a song title is incorporated because of the way that a beat was named, it fits, and usually there is something in my chorus that relates to that. So like my most recent release was 1 to the 2. Well, the fucking chorus is nothing but 1 to the 2, 2 to the 3. You know what I'm saying? So there is a piece of that is, you know, in there. So I get what you're saying. I just sometimes if I'm stuck, I will pull from what's already there, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you.
I gotcha. All right, so we're getting. Oh, where we at? Hold up. Is it my song? Oh, my song is next. Enjoy the Ride is coming up. So you talked about this a little bit earlier, and you said this is kind of like that summer. This is probably the way I feel about Saturday night. My Saturday night track is 100% summertime. 100% y'all in a car cruising on the boulevard, doing whatever, booties flapping in sundresses, flip flops, all that shit. Right? This is what that track is for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wrote it on New Year's though, which is crazy, but yeah, my guy was making, and my guy Kingpin the composer was on a live, I think, on Facebook making a beat, and this was the beat he was making. So within that little 20 minutes, I replayed that little 15-minute snippet. I don't know how many times, and I came up with the melody. Then I hit him up and said, "Hey, send me that beat." So that's how this song came to be, and I've never done a song like this before. I call it like sing rapping.
Yep.
I don't have a track ever in my career that has auto-tune on it, but this one does.
But barely though. Like it's not even really that noticeable.
Yes, but it needed it in the places that it needed it though. So
right, but you did a good job. I want to tell you right now.
So I'm proud of it. Everybody loves it.
You should be proud of it. They're going to love it too. Y'all ready for this? I just don't want to talk about it anymore. I want to listen. And I might even replay it because I like it that much. So I'm just going to let you know that now. So this track is called Enjoy the Ride. So let's check it out. I love this track. I love this track so much. Y'all ready?
I can take you to a place that you ain't never been, yeah. You ain't never seen, yeah. You ain't never dreamed. Recognize it real, this ain't make believe, nah. No permit to sin, yeah. Just that get it green. Blowing yellow smoke in the air now, yeah. Let your hair down, yeah. Don't be scared now. Get high, then we fly through the friendly skies, yeah. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride, yeah. Yeah. Enjoy the ride. It's just me pushing this V, but you can get inside. Yeah, I got my game from the motor guys, yeah. Had to make it flip, yeah. Had to strategize, yeah. Before my demise, I'ma get that type of cash and turn your slice of American dream to nigga pies, yeah. Please don't criticize, nah, we not civilized, yeah. Play the game, had go, don't get penalized, yeah. I can take you to a place that you ain't never been, yeah. You ain't never seen, yeah. You ain't never dreamed. Recognize it real, this ain't make believe, nah. No one meant to see, yeah. Just that get it green. Blowing yellow smoke in the air now, yeah. Let your hair down, yeah. Don't be scared now. Get high, then we fly through the friendly skies, yeah. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride, yeah. Yeah, enjoy the ride. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride. Don't be pressing on my buttons when you get inside. Don't make me drop you where I got you, just enjoy the ride. Can't make this up if I tried. Plenty yards against me, I survived. Ostracized, still exercising that master plan that I devised. Lost some teammates by design. Injuries to their pride. Used to be pro level, now they hating from the sideline. It ain't my fault, Silky Shocker. I'm a leader, call me Shocker. Zulu to the who's who's. Voodoo when I come through in that black Batmobile. Backpack loud like. Got a thick chick in a cat suit, that's a black cat with a full moon. Oh my lord, lord, the way you be killing them. She don't mess with the middlemen. Only bosses with business plans. Love the way you prioritize. Maximize your dividends. Pay the cost and we gonna spend. Don't know the deal, we gon' fill them in. Yeah, yeah. I can take you to a place that you ain't never been, yeah. You ain't never seen, yeah. You ain't never dreamed. Recognize it real, this ain't make believe, nah. No one meant to see, yeah. Just that get it green. Blowing yellow smoke in the air now, yeah. Let your hair down, yeah. Don't be scared now. Get high, then we fly through the friendly skies, yeah. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride, yeah, yeah. Enjoy the ride. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride. Don't be pressing on my buttons when you get inside. Don't make me drop you where I got you, just enjoy the ride.
I wish you would have made that longer. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I would have been okay with a 5-minute track. I'm not even gonna lie. With this particular beat and the way that this was delivered, I feel like I definitely could have been okay. Like Saturday Night, my track is 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 13 seconds. But it's just that type of vibe that people could sit there for that long and just chill. You know what I mean?
But it's written exactly how it was sent to me.
I know. Hey,
So,
I get it.
One thing I consciously did like 2 or 3 years ago was I told myself I'm not gonna be a hook verse every song dude. Like,
right.
So that's why the first verse is 8 bars and the second verse is 12 and then the bridge is in between, because that's how it was. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rap a full 16 even on this type of song. You don't need a full 16. So
Yeah,
and
and
short and sweet.
Sometimes producers, but you know what though? The good thing about short and sweet stuff like that is it's the replay value. The replay value is so high when you make it shorter. So with that being said, we gonna run this shit one more again because I didn't have enough. So here we go. I fucking love this song. You have no idea. We gonna listen to it again. It's your day.
I can take you to a place that you ain't never been, yeah. You ain't never seen, yeah. You ain't never dreamed. Recognize it real, this ain't make believe, nah. No meant to see, yeah. Just that get it green. Blowing yellow smoke in the air now, yeah. Let your hair down, yeah. Don't be scared now. Get high, then we fly through the friendly skies, yeah. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride, yeah. Yeah. Enjoy the ride. It's just me pushing this V, but you can get inside. Yeah, I got my game from the motor guys, yeah. Had to make it flip, yeah. Had to strategize, yeah. Before my demise, I'ma get that type of cash and turn your slice of American dream to nigga pies, yeah. Please don't criticize, nah, we not civilized, yeah. Play the game, had go, don't get penalized, yeah. I can take you to a place that you ain't never been, yeah. You ain't never seen, yeah. You ain't never dreamed. Recognize it real, this ain't make believe, nah. No permit to see, yeah. Just that get it green. Blowing yellow smoke in the air now, yeah. Let your hair down, yeah. Don't be scared now. Get high, then we fly through the friendly skies, yeah. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride, yeah. Yeah, enjoy the ride. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride. Don't be pressing on my buttons when you get inside. Don't make me drop you where I got you, just enjoy the ride. Can't make this up if I tried. Plenty odds against me, I survived. Ostracized, still exercising that master plan that I devised. Lost some teammates by design. Injuries to their pride. Used to be pro level, now they hating from the sideline. It ain't my fault, Silk the Shocker. I'm a leader, call me Shaka. Zulu to the who's who's. Voodoo when I come through in that black Batmobile. Backpack loud like. Got a thick chick in a cat suit, that's a black cat with a full moon. Oh my lord, love the way you be killing them. She don't mess with the middlemen. Only bosses with business plans. Love the way you prioritize, maximize your dividends. Pay the cost and we gonna spend. Don't know the deal, we gon' fill them in. Yeah, yeah. I can take you to a place that you ain't never been, yeah. You ain't never seen, yeah. You ain't never dreamed. Recognize it real, this ain't make believe, nah. No permit to see, yeah. Just that get it green. Blowing yellow smoke in the air now, yeah. Let your hair down, yeah. Don't be scared now. Get high, then we fly through the friendly skies, yeah. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride, yeah, yeah. Enjoy the ride. Don't be asking where we going, just enjoy the ride. Don't be pressing on my buttons when you get inside. Don't make me drop you where I got you, just enjoy the ride.
All right, I had to do it. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. When LP gets that one track, it's over. I could listen to that all day, and that's a great thing to have. It's a very good asset on an album.
You know what the greatest thing about that song is?
What's that?
No cursing.
Oh, you said no cursing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it's supposed to be. Just Saturday night, same thing. No cuss words. The whole track, so everybody can enjoy it. Everybody can enjoy it, and they are liking it. I'm gonna just say.
Oh yeah, it is. It do got curse words in it. I take that back.
Oh shit. He said, "Oh wait a minute. That's okay. That's all right. We're just gonna pretend like it doesn't. Still, everybody can enjoy it." All right, so I'm not gonna waste too much time because I like this next song as well, which is like what is it? What is it called? Kush Like Wine. There we go. Kush Like Wine. I really like this track too. My favorite part about this track, besides just your flow, delivery, everything has been on point so far. The reason why you're not hearing me say much is because I really don't have much to say negatively about this album. So please understand that the content has been phenomenal. It's been on point. It's been very clear cut to the point. So people shouldn't have any misunderstanding on understanding the album. And I think again, there's a song on here that everybody, regardless of their generation, can enjoy. So I think you did a very good job taking that into consideration. Whether it was like a goal of yours or not, it's on there. You know what I mean? So that's a great thing. So Kush Like Wine, give me some background on this one before we get into it real quick.
Well, I'm a smoker, and I smoke. So smoke one if you're smoking. Light them up.
All right, that's pretty simple. So you heard the man. Get it out, light it up. This is Kush Like Wine. I love this beat.
Okay. You know what it is, yeah. Roll up, get high. smoke inside, you can't see inside. I'm tasting kush like I'm tasting wine. I'm tasting kush like I'm tasting wine. Okay, who got that fire? Yeah. I'm tasting kush like I'm tasting wine. So what's your favorite flavor? You roll cigars or papers? This for my loyal smokers. It's for the midnight tokers. It's for them Kid Cudi day and night lonely stoners. I've been bathed in aroma. I've been drenched in cologne, but still ain't consuming the odor. Fragrance is overwhelming. I'm rolling this lotus flower. Cop an ounce of the sour. An eighth of green crack, another half of OG. Take it back to the back, and I'm blazing one by my lonely. Don't be pinching your fingers if you ain't contribute no fees. My nigga, that's high grade. You can leave that shake where you found it, might get a migraine. We ain't on the same page. Weed is like a science. Taught my lady about the rare strains. Moon rock in my pocket, too much resin left a damn stain. And that's life for you. I got the papers, vaporizers, and a pipe for you. So don't be tripping when you see me fly by. Got my feet on the ground, but my head in the sky. Cause I yeah, okay. You know what it is, yeah. Roll up, yeah. Get high, yeah. Smoking when I ride, smoking when I drive. So much smoke inside, you can't see inside. I'm tasting kush like I'm tasting wine. I'm tasting kush like I'm tasting wine. Okay, who got that fire? Yeah. I'm tasting kush like I'm tasting wine. So what's your favorite flavor? You roll cigars or papers? Quarters, ounces, halves, whatever you into. Smoke it like it lasts. Roll one, nigga, roll two. Yeah. Roll one, nigga, roll two. Yeah. Roll one, nigga, roll two. Quarters, ounces, halves, whatever you into. Smoke it like it lasts. Roll one, nigga, roll two. Roll one, nigga, roll two. Yeah. Roll one, nigga, roll two.
All right, man. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. I'm telling you, man. This beat is just so nice too.
Yeah, man.
Me, but you got me fucked up.
That's a shout out to Sonny Dizzle. Like I said, 1/3 of the Steak Sauce team. He down there in the comments. You can see him.
Yes,
I'm
thank you
saying,
for them stopping in too.
Holler at the home team.
Yes,
Yeah.
Shout out to them for being here and stopping in. Appreciate you coming in and supporting your guy right now. This album is so fire. If you had any part of that, thank you. Because this has been great. So let me ask you something. I'm gonna tell you this song or this particular beat. You remember? Okay, I don't know. What's up? My sister just jumped in here. Shout out to her. What's up, Jamie? So you remember you remember Wu-Tang. Who the fuck doesn't remember Wu-Tang? But Wu-Tang, right? You remember their track Gravel Pit?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why this beat kind of reminds me of that beat slightly, but it's almost like it's kind of like a slower version of it, right? Am I tracking here?
I know what you're talking about. I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I don't know, Sonny. Sonny, I think you got to answer that, my G. Sonny?
Yeah.
Do you sample Gravel Pit?
If he's in the chat, I don't know if it's an exact sample, but it definitely sounds a little bit, similar. Like if you would take Gravel Pit and slow it down. I don't know what the BPM of that beat was particularly, but, it's definitely probably, 75, 80 range, maybe a little bit slower. But I just really, really like that track. It reminds me of like Prince of Persia, like the video game. Like I feel like that would be the music in that, kind of almost Egyptian-ish, He said, no, did not sample that. He said, I went to Wakanda for that one.
That's the original sauce then. Okay, I hear you.
Yeah. I like that a lot too. Again, that's another one that I would put on repeat and probably let ride a couple different times coming across it. That was one that I did have to go back to, just like, Enjoy the Ride. That's another one that I went back to, as well as the first track that we played. as a couple people have stated in here, there has been nothing but bangers on this. And so I salute you for that, because that's hard to do, Prince. That's hard to do. Not everybody gets away with putting out a 15 album track, a 15 track album, and they're all back to back. Because now let me ask you something then, since we're talking about no skips. What's an album of any album that you listen to that you didn't skip, that was something that you was a musical influence that you listened to like growing up, that you just back to back, you're not skipping nothing?
Growing up?
Or any doesn't even have to be grown up, but
Mobb Deep Infamy.
Okay.
Mobb Deep Infamy, Mos Def, Talib, Black Star, Aquemini, Mama's Gun, believe it or not, the Dynasty at one point in time.
Really?
It's different now. Yeah, it's different now though. It's quite a few. Well, I guess those were the heavy ones. Yeah, so that's be about it.
Okay. Now I'm gonna ask you a tough question. What artists are in your top 5?
What are we talking about? All artists all together, or are we talking about rap?
I'm talking about let's do hip hop. Your top 5 artists, if you can name them, because I know that's difficult for some people.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Number 1 would be Jay-Z.
Okay.
Number 2 would be my criteria is crazy though. So number 2 would probably be Snoop.
Okay.
Number 3 would probably be Lil Wayne.
Thank you. A lot of people be hating on Wayne. I like Wayne. I've always liked Wayne, but go ahead.
This nigga been anyway.
Yeah.
Number 4 will be J. Cole. Number 5 probably be Kendrick.
Okay. So I'm not too far off when I say I feel like there's maybe a little bit of Kendrick, influence. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe. I like Kendrick.
I'm not really, because I wasn't a Kendrick fan that like everybody praises like Section 80, but I wasn't a Kendrick fan until halfway through Good Kid, where I was like, okay, this nigga is ill.
Okay.
But like influence, like he's so left field. So I declare him so left field that I can't see. If there is influence, I can't see it in myself, I guess is what I'm saying.
Sure. And you may not.
Because I see him as a Andre 3000 and not necessarily like a normal, you know what I'm saying? He's not a normal nigga.
I'm surprised Andre 3000 isn't in your top 5. Is he a close for the top 5? Do you like you?
It's based upon more than rapping ability.
Sure. Okay. I got you.
So if we talking about strictly rapping ability, then MF Doom is the illest nigga in the world.
MF Doom is pretty ill. I will agree with that. Just overall. But I guess we'd have to get a little bit more into what your qualifications are and how they break down in order to really understand why they're your top 5. So we'll keep that for another show, because we got to get back to this hot ass album that we've been listening to. So the next one that we have is I'm On, featuring Jay Discreet. Now, is he in the chat right now? He is. Maybe.
I don't know.
If he's not, tag his ass.
I'm about to tag him.
All right. So tell me a little bit about this before we put this one on.
So Jay's one of my good friends, man. He's originally from Mississippi, but he will walk from Mississippi to Memphis for a show if he had to. Like, that's the type of dedication he is as far as artists go. So we kind of just mesh, and we just do music all the time, and this is just one of our many songs that we have and collaborated on. So this is I'm On featuring Jay Discreet. No periods in discreet.
No, I see that. It's just Jay Discreet. I see it. All right. So let's get it. This is I'm On. I'm sure this is going to be another hot one. Let's check it out, guys.
Yeah. I don't talk to you till you leave the hood. I don't talk about you till you come back. They say you on now. So you got a pocket full. So you got a garage full. No parentheses necessary. Yeah. I get a call late week telling me that I need to come home. Niggas acting like the prince ain't been in control of that throne. From out of town, still calling shots on my cell phone. Right swipe, you see, I'm in rare form. Better fuck the game up, they soft porn. What's beat to a slaughterhouse? Loud gang cut steaks like porterhouse. Put the new car up, by the hoopty out. Mass up, show these niggas what I'm all about. Get wet for the change like a laundromat. Say my name for the crowd reaction. Just know it's the equal opposite reaction. That's physics, I figure they out in they feelings. Feeling like filling my pockets with Benjis. They worry about fashion, that Gucci, that Fendi. I'm trying to purchase some land, build me a city. Fuck up some commas on solar energy. Artillery for the enemy, an endless supply of Hennessy for all of my people. Prince of my men will soon have a sequel. My foot on their neck and they stuck in the fetal. I got a migraine from the mind games. Couple shots till you don't get your mind changed. Send a pic to your moms, get your mind framed. That's nasty. Mind stay full throttle like road rage. I'm just trying to get the bands while I can so my kids have a chance. Show the gas in a real way. Lay back, blow haze in my old age. With no parentheses or quotations. My aspirations ain't basic. Searching for the definition of greatness. When I get on, I guarantee them haters gon' hate me. Headed to the top, my chauffeur gon' take me. Coming from the block is really what make them say I'm on. With no parentheses or quotations. My aspirations ain't basic. Searching for the definition of greatness. When I get on, I guarantee them haters gon' hate me. Headed to the top, my chauffeur gon' take me. Coming from the block is really what make them say I'm on.
Inbox filling up with beats that I don't need, and my cell phone jumping out my jeans. I'm like, geesh, lost my peace to get my peace, but I keep that peace within my reach. Keep them naysayers at bay so they can see me reach my peak. Okay, let's do this. If you go the same way every day, you'll never see the newness. I'ma break from the norm. Every time the microphone on, I be going on a new trip with a new route. Man on go, hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. Grab my scrap for my shoes and my clothes. I'm fresh to death till my casket close, and I'm in there. Engraved, I've been made, and you enslaved to the ink stains that my pen made. Checkmate, that's game. Check date, that came like yesterday. Yes, I stay on my grind. You can go investigate, cause hey, I'm scraping about my cake. You out here fake, get up out my state. Let me get my plate, get up out my way, get up out my place. While you in my space, you ain't up to date, get up off my space. Tweet, you's a lame, you's a geek. Yep, you the prey, you running, you flee. Not me, I'm the beast, I hunt and I eat till I'm on.
With no parentheses or quotations. My aspirations ain't basic. Searching for the definition of greatness. When I get on, I guarantee them haters gon' hate me. Headed to the top, my chauffeur gon' take me. Coming from the block is really what make them say I'm on. With no parentheses or quotations. My aspirations ain't basic. Searching for the definition of greatness. When I get on, I guarantee them haters gon' hate me. Headed to the top, my chauffeur gon' take me. Coming from the block is really what make them say I'm on.
Oh man, I like that one. I like that one a lot. One thing I like about that chorus, well, just the song in general, the subject matter was 100% through and through. I liked what you did with the chorus there, because a lot of people know how things might change once they get on. You know what I mean? This is like the perfect track for that. We already know people are gonna come out the woodworks hating. We already know, they're gonna be like, oh, he forgot where he came from. He bougie. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of impression that I got from that track, just kind of really laying that out and being like, we already know that that's what's finna happen if I get on. You know what I mean? But this is my anthem for y'all, motherfucker. About if I get on. We already know what we see you. That's what it was. We see you, right?
Yeah.
It was a good track. So let me ask you, we got 4 tracks left. It would have been 5. You said that we do you want to play the skit? People seem to enjoy the skits. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can play it all the way through. We can let them hear it.
And so I will, because up next we have the video. Overtime is coming up after this next skit. I think I'm in the correct order. Oh, look at your face. What? Why? What's wrong? But no, we have the late show, and then it's gonna be into overtime. So overtime is gonna be a video, so you guys are gonna also get to see a video from him, and then we have a few songs left. So I just want to ask you, because I know there's certain things as far as artistry that I struggle with personally. So what's the hardest thing that you feel like you struggle with when it comes to music, and how do you get past that when you run into that issue?
I'm naturally an introvert, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So the hardest thing would be like physically getting out and going somewhere I know I don't want to go. And not necessarily, because I love performing, but I don't necessarily want to go to the club. Like if there was a stage just in the middle of somewhere, just I would be there every day. But I don't necessarily like going to clubs or talking to people I don't necessarily want to talk to. But when it's the right atmosphere, I kind of forget about that. So really, it's just taking that first step, really, for me, is remembering why I'm doing this, and I'm doing this to connect with people. So that in itself kind of makes me be like, all right, fuck it, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So that's the hardest thing for me. Musically, as far as creative process, I'm blessed and lucky enough to have a team at this point in my career that I'm not going to say it's easy, but we get things figured out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have too many gripes on that half of things. You know what I'm saying?
Surely. And that's good. I tell you what, it would be great if I had a whole technology team to deal with this fucking streaming shit. Because doing it all by yourself, as you could see earlier in the stream, I mean, I got my boyfriend and he helps out a ton, but there are some struggles, different struggles than obviously you would face. When I was performing, I used to like almost throw up before I went on stage. And it was just nerves, being nervous about getting on stage. But as soon as I hit the stage, it all went away. It just melted away. But I could never get rid of, that right before I went on stage. And something to kind of go off of what you're saying as far as like your creative process, I can't write a chorus for shit. I hate choruses. I hate choruses, but I think it's because I just kind of overthink them sometimes. And so what I've figured out a way to do for myself is if I write 2 or 3 bars into what I feel like I'm writing, and then I step back and look at it and I'd be like, yo, this will make a good chorus. I'm just going to pluck this out, tweak it a little bit, and then now I'm going to move on to my verse. You know what I mean? That's the biggest thing I've always struggled with. I think one to the 2, and then the chorus I did for Saturday night was some of the best choruses that I've ever done. And they're not even all that great. Like, they're cool, but they're not like, choruses need to be memorable and kind of simple and easy to remember. And I think I just be thinking too hard with it sometimes. So, and yours, just to touch on that, every chorus on here, I've already learned the words, even just listening it to, through it just once or twice. So that's a good thing for listeners and everything else. All right. So we're going to get into the skit, and then I'm going to go ahead. Now, is the skit on the video or no?
No. The skit is just a skit.
It's just a skit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the skit, but tell us about Overtime real quick, because I'm automatically going to go into the video after that.
Overtime is a song for reform strippers, ladies who go to work every day but enjoy a nice glass of wine and a twerk every now and then. We are pro woman over here. We support you. We love you. But every now and then we know you like to get ratchet. So here is some
Okay.
good, clean,
Ratchet
sophisticated ratchet music for you.
Okay, so if I get ratchet on screen right now, we're good, right? There's no fucking judgment. We're A-okay.
Hey, that's your screen. That's your screen.
All right, we'll see. Let's get into this skit real quick. This is called Late Show, and then we're going to get into overtime, guys. So let's check this skit out real quick.
We're going to take a few calls. It's on the late night tea. Creep shit. Sneak shit. Whatever you call yourself doing at this time of hour. Drove and draws. That's the only thing that's popping. We're gonna take a couple of calls. Caller, what you gotta say?
I've been listening to you all night, and I got nothing but my drawers on. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I got a couple blunts over here.
Shit.
I'm just trying to see what you trying to do.
Shit.
You sound good over the radio.
Appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what.
What you gotta tell me?
Why don't we take a break? No, you know what? No, I can't do that. FCC regulations ain't gonna let me do that, baby.
No break.
But I tell you what. When we get back offline, you gonna stay online.
Okay.
You ain't gotta go nowhere, but you can show come. You feel me?
Oh, I'm coming.
Oh, hey, all right, it's time for overtime. Get ready for this classy ratchet. That's what we about to get into right now. Let's pull this up and see what we got going on. My sister in the chat about to get ratchet too. She can do it. She can do it. All right, so what I'm going to do is from here, I'm going to go ahead and go to our full screen, okay, guys? That way you can see and enjoy the video. So you will not see Prince and I's face for the moment. But we are going to go ahead and get into this video right now. All right, here we go.
This part is so lame. And the music. Damn, dude, get the DJ. Johnny, from my baby. Girl, you need to go holler at him. Talk to him. Talk to him. Johnny, who's that whack ass DJ?
DJ Clarence.
DJ who?
DJ Clarence.
How much you pay him? Pay him double to get him the fuck up out of here.
Oh.
Yes. And take that dumbass head off. Put the chips down. Can I be?
Oh, look at his face. Aw.
I ain't gonna wear them after today. What we doing?
Can I be up?
Oh, shit. He said, sit down.
Yeah. They knew my name before I turned the corner.
Get it.
Heard about me, they thirsty for me to pull up on them. Memphis nigga live in Uptown, was born in California, raised by them hostiles. You was more of a Zach Morris. I've been killing rappers and bury niggas like ghost stories. Post-traumatic make you a poster boy for post-mortem. But I'm off that, my bro said we sliding tonight. We hitting spots where them hoes mix the molly with ice. No drink for the kids, just Mary Jane and my kites. Don't interact with them niggas, just feast my eyes on the sights. Baby looking at me, shit, she looking alright. If you got something to prove, then hit the stage with the lights. And your heels looking right, and your curves are precise. If a couple dollars suffice, then I'm a fan for the night. Yeah, she throw it at me like she mad at me. Yeah, she throw it at me like she mad at me. Hey, move that ass, look back at it. Yeah, hey, move that ass, look back at it. Yeah, hey, won't you work it like a 9 to 5? If you kept me staring, I apologize. Hey, double time like it's overtime. Make me pay you by the hour like you qualified.
Now you know I don't know nothing about no 9 to 5. Got me feeling like some work, I'ma work it tonight. Dope with it, all the niggas wanna flip it. Drop that pretty brown round down, Rissa did it. I ain't gon' lie, you really caught my eye. I wanna lead a dance floor and pull you to the side. But now I'ma bounce it up and down like I ride. I got that king stuck, I got that king mesmerized. Got that black light glowing, watch some more. Before you come this way, make sure this what you want.
Yeah, hey, won't you work it like a 9 to 5?
9 to 5.
If you kept me staring, I apologize.
Apologize.
Hey, double time like it's overtime. Make me pay you by the hour like you qualified. Yeah, hey, won't you work it like a 9 to 5? If you kept me staring, I apologize. Hey, double time.
Look
like
at him, he was trying to throw it
Make
back.
me pay you by the hour like you qualified. Work it like you working on commission. Work it like the rent due, and this is 6. Work it like your kids need clothes, new kicks. Work it like a dope boy working with his wrist. Hard work, hey, I got that hard work. Get it, yeah, I got that hard work for you, baby. I got that hard work.
I like that dance.
Yeah, I got that hard work for you, baby. Yeah. Janga, 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 janga.
Jagga, 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 jagga.
Janga, janga, janga.
You gotta say it like here. Jagga, 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 jagga. Fucking yin yang twins. Jagga, jagga, jagga.
Bounce. Move that ass, little bit, yeah.
Shout out to the girls.
Work it like you working on commission. Work it like the rent due, and this is 6. Work it like your kids need clothes, new kicks. Work it like a dope boy working with his wrist. Hard work, hey, I got that hard work. Get it, yeah, I got that hard work for you, baby. I got that hard work. Get it, yeah, I got that hard work for you, baby. Yeah.
Hey, let's get back to the interview thing there. Prince, hold on. We got to have a conversation real quick about that video. I got some questions. I got some
All right,
questions.
what you need?
First of all, who let you
What
rent
you
out?
need?
Who let you rent out their office to do that? Because there was some fucking cubicles in there. Where was that taking place?
That was an undisclosed location.
He said undisclosed. Did they know you were
Shout
there?
out to my guy who. Shout out to my guy who shall remain nameless, who cleans buildings.
Oh shit. Oh, I love that. I love that though. You got to do what you got to do though, right?
Yeah, man. Any way you can.
And then I need to also know what the name of that dance was that you did at the end.
Hey, I'm not responsible for anything I did in that video. My guy was like, man, do some goofy shit. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's funny.
I got a little two-step in.
No, you did it. You did it just right. Now I understand. The picture that you sent me was a still frame of you tackling that dude, right? That's from that video.
Oh yeah, him tackling me. Yeah, he tackled me for real because I only wanted to do this shit one time. So
You said
I
make
had
it
to
real.
convince him. Yeah, I had to convince him to tackle me for real. He's my real friend. Like, we grew up together. He played football for real. So
it hurt.
Like, I was like, yes, it hurt. like 30-minute timeout from the video. Let me go downstairs and pick up my ribs and smoke a blunt and come back.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
But you know what? You sold it though. You made it. You guys made it look real. You got the shot. I'm surprised somebody got that on in a you know like they got the picture. That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah.
I like that though. And then it looks like the producer was in there and he said he shocked himself at making this beat. So was this something out of his realm? Something he doesn't usually do?
Yeah, he's pretty versatile, but yeah, this was definitely different. I had about 2 or 3 versions of this song, cause Sonny made a version 2 at first, and when it came down to getting closer to the album, I was just reevaluating all the songs, and LaRod sent me a pack one night, and those beats. It was actually that beat was in there, and it's a song coming up here later called R.I.P. Hustle. That was in the same night. Those 2 songs were written in the same night, cause I had the hook for like a year, honestly.
Yeah. And
just knew it was a great hook, and just set it to the side for like a year until I found the right beat for it.
Oh, we got Kimberly. Was she the one that dropped the verse? She just came in here right now. She said that was one of her favorite features. Yo, shout out to her because all them ladies in there was looking good. They got their booties out. They was looking fly. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie.
We were freezing.
Oh, it was cold?
Freezing. It was wintertime and the building didn't have any power. So we were freezing.
Oh my gosh.
Like all the lights you see and the stuff you see, like we brought that stuff.
Oh my God.
So
I was gonna say I didn't see any
those
computers
ladies did a
or anything.
magnificent job of dancing and acting like it wasn't
Cold.
wintertime.
Well, they made it hot. That's why they made it hot. So there was a little warmth going in there. Yeah. Oh man, that was good though. I'm glad that everybody looked like everybody had fun. My sister said you make sure that you compensate the piñata because he was putting in work, and we got to make sure he was taken care of too. Hopefully y'all ain't beat him at the end and all his contents came out, but you know how that is. That's great. Awesome. All right. So we have just a couple songs left. I do want to ask before we get into these last 3 tracks, out of all of the tracks on your album, do you have a favorite? And if you do, why?
24 Hours is one of my favorites just because that's like, I literally do that like every 3 or 4 days. Like I'm up for more than 24 hours, like often. So for me, it's like, it's almost like a reminder to me to keep going, even though it's my own words. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Smooth Moves is actually one of my favorite songs because it's just bars, and I like just ripping bars a lot of times. I get into songwriter mode a lot of times, and I just don't rip bars. So that's refreshing for me.
Yeah, and then you got Omega on there too. Y'all both did good. I was just watching some of his music videos because apparently him and I haven't talked for about 5-6 years. It's been a while, and he's dropped a lot of videos since then. And I just I love him as an artist too. And it kind of, him like rewatching his content kind of reminded me, you know, why I followed him musically. And it makes sense that you guys collab, you know, and associate with one another just based off content and delivery, lyrics and stuff like that. You guys are, you know, both very, very great artists in general. So I can see why you guys, you know, vibe. So we're going to get into Smooth Moves right now. So anything that you'd like to say? Did I miss one?
No.
Oh, okay.
I forgot the next song. Okay.
So if you want to tell us a little bit about that one before we get into it, if there's anything in particular.
Nah, man, it's the bars.
So
shout out to Omega Forte.
All right, so you heard him. It's straight bars we're about to get into right now. This is Smooth Moves featuring Omega Forte. If you are not following him, make sure you also check out his music. Both, again, super dope artists. Let's get it.
You already know what it is. It's DJ Phoenix.
I just want to say real quick too, this fucking beat and the sample that was used in this beat, whoever produced this beat, they just need a high five, because I think out of everything on the album, this is probably one of my favorite beats, just so you know.
Because I'm always dropping them flames. Look, I'm going to cut to the chase.
LaRod. Shout out to LaRod, LJ1S.
Oh, we good? You good?
Yeah. This right here, this that fire. Yeah. Straight from Memphis, Tennessee. SP, the street prince. Yeah. Let's get it.
Yeah. Smooth moves. Get away clean, we ain't make the news. Dancing with the devil, had to change my shoes. Was the run of the litter, now pick and choose. Smooth moves. Smooth moves. Them niggas talk, but where they headed, I just came from that way. Ain't nothing left but leftovers, nigga, bon appetit. You can't get it out the mud without getting your hands dirty. I'm just trying to stay straight, you know. Like 12:30, up and down them city streets, we lurking like stray dogs. Hustle on the meal, if not, we take yours. I got arthritis in my wrist, I've been working overtime. Tell my niggas watch my six. Niggas robbing and conniving, if I'm slipping, I get hit. Now, I keep my head on the swivel with my day ones. We all laid on the line if that day come. I bet you time don't stop for your rollie, nigga. So when death comes knocking, that's a slowly, nigga. I'm responsible for east side anthems. Complex patterns, I'm a mystique like a phantom. Way too ill for these whack niggas to fathom. You was ever this raw, you probably snort up the package. Supplies for those supplying magic. Even if you mob deep, I bet you we causing havoc. I'm a hot topic, we pop collars and drop wallets. Mother Earth, we spread ashes like Bob Marley. Keep Number one, number two sounds like a loser to me. Don't be foolish, you see what glitters ain't gold. Fair weather friends left you with a bad case of the cold shoulders. Back, you do not know us. If you owe us, I suggest you get that bag before you come closer. I just want my pockets healthy like osmosis. No license, rent the foreign, whip it like you stole it. Fuck what you saying, being broke is a form of torture. How they holding back this flame, I'm about to torch it. Ain't nothing fair about this game, I suggest you forfeit. Nigga, smooth moves. Get away clean, we ain't make the news. Dancing with the devil, had to change my shoes. Was the run of the litter, now I pick and choose. Nigga, hey, smooth moves. Hey, Omega, show these niggas what it is, homeboy. Yeah, smooth moves. Let's go.
Put on my Jackson jacket, smooth criminal killing you, and all of them niggas who move in with you. You hate me, don't you? You want me to stop? I'm too original. There's W like right before X. You move typical, bitch, nigga. Get yourself disfigured. I'm still underground. I'm in the basement like Big Tigger. I've changed a lot. My brain is not the same. I'm a little different. You haven't developed yet. That's why you don't get the big picture. My mind is blown. I ride alone so nobody can say they did it with me. Niggas friendly until you tell them no, then they begin to envy. Simply cause you got it, they don't and won't even attempt to get it. Fuck you near with enemies when your friends will be the one to end you. I was more forgiving when I was born an innocent, torn in between giving this world more of the same energy or empathy. Fuck niggas dissing me, but this'll be the only time I give them any attention, simply cause SP said that I'm being too modest. I got this shit, no problem. Earned every cent and dollar. Don't need shit from these artists. Let's go up to these labels.
How y'all feeling? Put it in the chat right now, guys.
Give us a percent of what we earn, like that shit ain't a problem. Streamers robbery, 0.006 cents of the dollar. Now how we pause the profit? That shit has zero logic. Need to remain independent. So fuck these labels, fuck execs, fuck your handouts, fuck respect and give us what we offered before we robbing you.
Yeah, smooth moves. Get away clean, we ain't make the news. Dancing with the devil, had to change my shoes. Was the run of the litter, now I pick and choose. Smooth moves. Yeah, smooth moves.
Love that sample. Hey, so you got to tell me, because I know there's got to be a favorite line or favorite part of this, your verse in this song. What was your favorite bar that you wrote to this?
The first four. Them what is it? Them niggas talk about where they headed. I just came from that way. Ain't nothing left but leftovers, nigga. Bon appetit. Like, that shit is so hard.
Yes, it is.
Those are my favorite bars.
And I'm glad that you can actually like pinpoint that too, because I think sometimes, you know, when you're writing, you know, an entire verse, you kind of are like, man, that whole shit is fire. But sometimes artists, I think, are critical of themselves too, and be like, oh no, this part was the best part, and the other part was, this rest of it was all right. But this part right here, you're proud of that little section. Like, yeah, motherfucker. Like, that shit hitting. So I get it. Because I'm that way, too. I wish I could write bars the way, like specifically, like, the way that this track is written out. Omega did an excellent job on this, as well as you. But I'm not like artist-wise, I'm definitely more of a storyteller. And it's if I fart out a bar, it's a fucking miracle. I mean, I can write them every once in a while, and I'll be like, oh, damn, okay, Holly. Like, I'll surprise myself. It'll be more of like that line, as opposed to, I feel like you are confident in your bar writing, correct? Or right?
Yeah. But it's still the difference between bars and punchlines, though.
That is true.
Yeah,
So
it's like,
okay.
I'm not punchliney at all.
No.
I don't feel like it.
I don't know. I feel like you have bars. I don't feel like you do punchlines. I mean, I don't really do punchlines either. I just like to paint a picture for people. I like to be able to write something to where they can literally like picture it and kind of feel it and understand it. I think I'd probably like I don't know. I think my brain would get burned out if I really sat and tried to like write these extensive metaphors and punchlines that sometimes I hear people use. It's like, man, I would have never in my life figured out a way to say it like that. You know what I mean? So I really give ups to people that have the capability to do that and write like that, because not everybody does. Shit, I didn't even know how to freestyle till I started this show. I'd be doing the stupidest freestyles, like dumbest ever, but it's got me out of my comfort zone. It's got me out of caring what it is. And sometimes they flow out and sometimes they don't. I know Mishka asked earlier if you would freestyle today. I'm not going to ask you to do that, but do you freestyle and are you comfortable? Like, how do you feel about freestyling? Like, is that something that you feel like you're good at, or?
If you're talking about true freestyling,
yes, off the top, yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's a moment. That's a vibe type thing. Like, I would have to be around the right people, listen to the right music. It depends on so much because I'm so inside my head all the time.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about can I spit a verse, then yeah, I always have verses in the tuck so I don't have to truly freestyle.
Right.
So because when people say freestyling, like half of the people really mean truly freestyling and half the people don't.
Yes.
They mean like if you see an artist going on Clue, or I mean not Clue, but what's his name? Any one of these DJ shows, they not
sure.
Half of them not really freestyling for real.
No, that's something that they pulled out that they have memorized. You know,
yeah.
it's
so
almost like.
But yeah. I don't think anything's wrong with that either, though, because I wouldn't come somewhere unprepared. So, you know, if you do hear me freestyling, then it's definitely something I wrote.
I got you. And that's good that you can like admit that, because there's been a huge debate whether I know you know what I mean as far as freestyle, because people are like, oh, it's called off the top, and I'm not going to get into that because I've always known freestyling as being the same thing as being off the top. When I think of somebody going and going to like a ciphers, that even that word has changed from what it used to mean to what it means now, because now you see things like Team Backpack, where ciphers are usually people that have memorized verses that are ciphering for the camera. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when you was doing a cipher, you was doing shit off the top in a group of people. You know, you didn't have your phone, you didn't have shit, and you were just, you know, spitting off the top of your head. But you know, I don't have a problem with that either. I think that it's okay, but I think sometimes people kind of get caught up on like what that's called. You know what I mean? What's the right term to call that? But you know, it is what it is either way. So we have go ahead.
I just hate to be whack.
You're not whack.
I just hate. No, I'm saying I hate to be whack. So
like if you were gonna actually freestyle,
some shit and some shit's not dope and I'm freestyle, like no.
I mean, have you watched my show though? Have you watched my show? You've heard my freestyles.
I see you freestyle a couple of times, and I admire your ability to be free.
Because I don't care, and you just gotta not care, because I know people, they know me. I mean, they've watched me, you know what I'm saying? And even if it comes out like shit, guess what? That was a day of practice for me. That's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying? You won't catch me do that. I won't be able to do it in front of people. I'm so shy. That's what a lot of people, what y'all see right here, you know, on my show. I'm like you. I'm an introvert too, but people don't know that. I don't like to be around a lot of people. Unless
I think I got a complex then. I got a complex. I got to be the dopest nigga in the room. So that's just me.
I can't do it. I don't care. I guess for me, it's all fun. I'm not out to have a competition with it when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm out to make you guys laugh. I'm out to make somebody else laugh. And sometimes once in a while, I'll say some dope shit and be like, oh, okay, I did a good thing. You know what I mean? But my sister said I'm lying about being an introvert, but I've changed. Like, I don't like being around people no more. I don't. All right, so we're gonna talk about these last two tracks, right? I think it's two.
All right.
We got Insomnia, which I'm assuming is it says Rip Hustle. I'm assuming, you know, I think I know what that means.
Yeah, Insomnia and R.I.P. Hustle is two separate songs that ended up being related just by coincidence.
Okay.
So I ended up putting them together. Insomnia was a song that I wrote when I literally was up on any given night at 4:00 in the morning, and you know, my daughter waking up in the morning and asking me if I'm going to sleep anytime soon. So it's like, and then the day after that, Nipsey Hussle died.
Yeah.
So, and that really, like, I didn't know Nip. Never met him or anything, but aside from being a fan, like, you know, I followed him closely, his blueprint, and it's crazy because I always said I wanted to be the type of artist that he was, being so connected with the people around him, and being that, you know, ultimately that accessibility is what allowed him to be touched, is a hard thought to get over.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand. So we're going to go ahead and get into Insomnia right now. This is Insomnia, R.I.P. Hustle.
No sleep. Yeah. If I should die before I wake, I swear to God I ain't been sleeping a couple of days. Insomnia. Yeah. If I should die before I wake, don't sugarcoat the truth. Tell my kids the mistakes I made. Insomnia. Yeah. Speaking honestly, I trap my anger inside. Gotta keep this facade. Can't afford to fight with self when there's a war outside. When this rage goes unchecked, it's just a subtle reminder of all the pain we endured while limb parking this climb. No rest for the weary, ain't no sleep for the tired. I can't speak for them all, but I can speak for my kind. You might catch the Memphis blues without that heat by your side. So you keep that heat by your side. Then them blue lights flash, your heart race like a stallion. When your skin is like mine, it's hard to predict the outcome. Part of the main reason mama still got a house phone, just in case you need someone to call on when it's high stakes. Life or death battles being won and lost every day. When tragedy hits close to home like a foul ball, it's hard to catch a break unless we talking about our backbones. Persecution, false imprisonment, and executions. Communism, faulty institutions. I place my hopes in this black movement. Black power, mellow melanin music. It's for them felons and them young black students. Don't abandon your purpose, don't be ashamed of mistakes. See them law enforcement lurking, gotta hasten the pace. I keep my head on the swivel, but still I'm moving by faith. Protected by the most divine, keep them demons at bay. I ain't been sleeping some days, but still I'm trudging away. I'm scared I'm wasting my time, feel like I'm wasting away. This cold world got me defensive, I be blocking the hate. If you don't mean me no good, just stay the fuck out my way. Focus on living today, one step at a time. Try and shake the world up like Ali in his prime. If jealousy was a crime, these niggas wouldn't even last. Take a lot to take the test, these niggas wouldn't even pass. I couldn't doze off, ask me if I'm throwed off, yeah. Couldn't drift off. Pillow soft, my lights is off, but still I'm pissed off. If I die before I wake, just know I tried to stay awake. I'ma see you all tomorrow, but that's never safe to say. If I should die before I wake, I swear to God I ain't been sleeping a couple of days. Insomnia. Yeah. If I should die before I wake, don't sugarcoat the truth, tell my kids the mistakes I made. Insomnia. Yeah.
Good night, Daddy.
Oh, good night, sweetie. You okay?
Are you going to sleep or you have a lot of work to do?
Yeah, I'll be up for a little while. I'll just see you in the morning, okay, sweetheart?
Okay, good night. Love you.
Love you too. Good night.
We just got some terrible news in the hip hop community. Terrible news.
Had to be today, bro.
Rest in peace to my guy Nipsey Hussle, man.
Moment of silence.
Moment of silence for Nipsey.
Shit's fucked up out here, man. Ain't did the homie like that, man. Deserve that, bro. If I should die before the finish line, just know I tried to finish out this marathon. It's a thin line that we parry on. When your name holds weight like a carry-on. Helping niggas off the ledge when I sing a song. Every word like a ladder, they be hanging on. My truth is your truth. If you came from the same place, it's time to elevate and buy back the slums. Renovate our homes, cultivate the ground. Eating homegrown, black-owned bank loans, get your credit up. Turn the tables from borrowers to the creditors. Industrial complex made us competitors. We all really brothers and sisters and distant relatives. When the real is being spoken, get prepared for what it brings. R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, they done killed another king.
Man, you had to put the vibe changer right at the end, but I ain't even mad at it because it's just that real. I think that was probably one of the best tracks as far as content-wise on the album, my opinion. I don't know how everybody else is feeling, but you could really hear and feel the emotion in both of those collaborations of the tracks. And that was your daughter with the vocals there that was on there?
Yeah.
And then it's your son's birthday today, right?
No, my son's birthday was the 15th.
Oh, okay. I could have sworn I just seen something that said, my bad. Was it?
It probably was. You probably just seen the post.
I'm telling you. Okay, well, my bad. But anyways, happy belated birthday. What's your son's name, if you don't mind?
Tarn.
Torrent. See, I was trying to figure out how to pronounce this. So happy birthday to him. Happy belated birthday. How did your daughter feel about being on the track with you? Was she excited?
It was weird for her at first,
Was it?
hearing her voice, but yeah, it's cool.
Children are kind of like my daughter. She can sing, but she won't, she doesn't realize all the equipment I have down here to assist her, and she's really shy about it. But let her be in her room with the music blaring and stuff. She is such a good singer, but she just not that confidence isn't there yet. So I think I get where you're coming from being on there, but can I ask, with that particular song, did that, when you went to write either, both or one or the other, however you want to answer the question, did those come to you as far as writing easily? Was that an easy write for you?
Insomnia was, it was like I was working on Insomnia at the same time. I was working on Insomnia, and I was just had finished that song that night. And I woke up and saw my phone and was like, what the fuck? And the same day, Sonny sent me a pack of beats. It's just crazy just how it happens like that a lot of times.
Yeah.
And Sonny sent me a pack of beats, and that beat was in there. And I wrote the song. I knew... Oh, no, I didn't write them. I didn't write them back to back. I knew what I wanted to say, but I didn't know how to say it. So I waited a month later, and then I wrote it.
Okay, so you needed some time to resonate.
Yeah.
But
because I knew the only thing I knew was I wanted to write one verse.
Yeah.
And I didn't want it to be a freestyle. I didn't want to waste it out in the universe on something that a live or Instagram post or something that didn't really matter. I wanted to put it in time on wax. You know what I'm saying? So,
I got you. Well, I'm just, again, from my point of view, I think it came out really well. This is an album, even though we're doing a listening party today and there's 10,000 things going on that I'm trying to pay attention to, before I write my review to put on my website, this is going to be something that I actually like really, really sit down and you know, there will be stuff. Because me personally, when I review albums, I don't do it a lot, but it's one of those things where people don't understand that I like to take like 2 weeks to really sit and take everything in so that I can be like, okay, this is what I really liked about this song. And you know what I mean? That's just my process, because I relate with music to that point. You know, it's for me, music is deep. You know what I mean? I connect with music. It makes me feel a certain way. And this has a lot of those tracks on it where your emotions will go from one way to another way. Like, obviously, people earlier wanted to get hype on that one track, and then, you know, we get to this song, and then we got to slow it down and reflect. And then we hear enjoy the ride. So you brought a very wide range of emotions on this album. And I think that overall, I think, stood out the most to me. And I'm really excited to do the album review, just so you know. But I am going to take my time with this because I feel like you put a lot of time into this. Obviously, a year later, you made changes. So I'm going to make sure to take the time to put my overall thoughts on the album out the way I would like to. So
let me tell you this before we do this last track.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me tell you. So the overall concept of the album was a regular day. So you imagine you waking up and you getting in your car and you turning on the radio, right? So you'll be listening to whatever was already on the radio station that was on. Hence why the first track, Bleachers, fades in like that, mid-conversation.
Yeah.
So that's the start of your day. So it goes from that to the actual intro, which is the hype song, and you're all ready for that. And then you go to work. That's 24 hours. And then you get into it with somebody at the water cooler, and it's like, don't make me hurt your feelings. And then it's late night, and you working third shift. There's overtime, and now it's the whole day is hitting you now.
Yeah.
The whole day is hitting you. Now you're processing. You're insomnia. You're up late. You're stressing. And at the same time, you got other shit going on in the world. So that is all compiled to the last song, which is that simple. Because nothing is that simple.
You are damn right about that. And I'm just going to point this out, too, because I don't even know if artists go to this length anymore when it comes to their albums. So that is another reason why I can even more, now that you've explained that, although I kind of had that in the back of my head, you just put it into words better than what I could actually vocalize it to. But the fact that you put in that kind of concept associated with this, ordered these songs in the way that you did, I don't know if artists really do that shit anymore. Because, and sometimes it even goes down to the artwork. Like me, I personally, with my album that I was going to release, that I'm not going to release, the album work has a whole story tied into it that most people would 100% look over if I did not explain the concept. And so I really like that you did that with this, because now that you've explained it, it 100% clicks and makes sense. So I definitely think that you can tell that you put a lot of work into this. So, you know, that's a high five, clap, all that for doing that and keeping that part of the art alive, because a lot of people aren't doing that right now. And I don't like it. I like to get stuff like this where there's a conversation to be had about not just what album, you know, what songs are on here, but, you know, the concept, the overall concept. Because most people are like, oh, it's just, you know, 5 songs. Just what I feel like, all right, cool, that's cool. But, you know, you put a little bit more, you put way more into that. So
yeah.
That explanation wasn't simple, but that simple is about to be this song. So this is number 15, the last track on the album of Street Prince, a.k.a. SP. Prince Among Men, number 2. You can find him on Spotify under Street Prince. The album is available on all streaming platforms. The Song Whip link, I actually put that together for this specifically. It will give you the streaming platforms of anyone that you can find it on in every description on this live. So let's take a listen to this last track here. Please, everybody, put your overall thoughts in the chat now on this album. If you've been here from the beginning or just joining, let him know how you guys felt, if you're going to support. And let's get it. This is that simple.
Yeah.
Nickels on wax production.
Yeah. Love ain't quite that simple. Pain ain't quite that simple. Loss ain't quite that simple. Lust ain't quite that simple. Life ain't quite that simple. Nah. Love ain't quite that simple. Pain ain't quite that simple. Loss ain't quite that simple. Lust ain't quite that simple. Life ain't quite that simple. Nah. Just breathe. Yeah. Just breathe. Yeah. Don't let this world suffocate you. Drama on my tube, on my phone, on my Facebook. Fishing for a line or a plug on the savior. Just breathe. I wish I could trap my emotions on wax. I wish I quit being uptight and learn to relax. Been shedding tears ever since my big brother passed. No matter how hard I wish, he ain't coming back. I never said that out loud until now. Pardon if I get choked up and zoned out. Conversations with that voice in my head. Some call me crazy, I prefer the term enlightened instead. At the very least, I'm thankful for a roof and a bed. Seems like just yesterday we was living so close to the edge. Carry the responsibilities, my city on my back. I play the daily game, try not to get attached, Lord. Love ain't quite that simple. Pain ain't quite that simple. Loss ain't quite that simple. Lust ain't quite that simple. Life ain't quite that simple, nah. Love ain't quite that simple. Pain ain't quite that simple. Loss ain't quite that simple. Lust ain't quite that simple. Life ain't quite that simple, nah. Just breathe. Yeah. Yeah. Take time out to vibe out. Break the wine out, bumping Amy Winehouse. This reminds me of Saturdays at my mom's house. Before that notice came, they trying to put my mom's out. It's time to go south, posted in the dope house. Moms think I got a second job, I'm like a church mouse. Quiet as kept, only loud when I'm asked. Keep it tight or I'll be out on my ass. Nothing was ever simple. Been lied to my whole life about a white Christ, my bloodline, the elementals. What if elementary schools taught the true credentials? Instead of Jack be nimble, we be a different people. So let your light shine. Cherish every jewel that's falling down the pipeline. Don't be ashamed to use your lifelines. They stole a shirt up off your back, but you can have mine. Yeah. Love ain't quite that simple. Pain ain't quite that simple. Loss ain't quite that simple. Lust ain't quite that simple. Life ain't quite that simple. Nah. Love ain't quite that simple. Pain ain't quite that simple. Loss ain't quite that simple. Lust ain't quite that simple. Life ain't quite that simple. Nah. Just breathe. Yeah.
And there it is, guys. And there it is. That was such a great overall track. I think that was a really good one to end on as well. It was just like you said, it's Life is not that simple, but that was kind of not a simple beat, but you know what I'm trying to say when I say that. It wasn't, there wasn't a lot to it. You laid down some facts. You were laying down a nice, it was easy on the ears, palatable to the ears for the leading out of the album. I want to read off some of the comments here because I did ask people to go ahead and put some of their thoughts about the album in the chat. I don't know if you've been reading it or not, but Super Ego just came in and said, I didn't get to catch a lot of this, but this hook is amazing. He wants to know who it is, so I let him know. My sister said his ability to storytell in his work is unbelievable. Definitely a dope artist. Jermaine said it was a lot of collaborative sweat put into this project. I loved everything about this album. I can't wait for the next one. Let's see. My brother is definitely a top-tier lyricist, and this song proves it. A gentleman over on YouTube said it's a solid classic overall. Versatile beat selection, not too long, lyrically and musically balanced with good sound quality. Like I said, I support everything that everybody has said up to this point about the album in general. Again, you will have my full review on that in maybe a week or so on the website to have your little spot added to the featured artists of the Eargasm. You'll have your own little place and your own little feature on the website for people to come and come back to. And then I'm also going to put the interview after I edit it down a little bit to certain areas on YouTube to kind of be able to point people like, yo, check out the interview that I had with the Eargasm, because we coming up on 3 hours. We're coming up on 3 hours. We've been chilling, but it was worth it. Definitely worth it. I think everybody was really liking it. So now I just kind of want to give you the floor, just to kind of, if there's anybody that you want to shout out, let people know where they can find you. Let people know where your social medias are. I have your Instagram up underneath you right now, so that's up there if people want to go and follow you. But just, what you got the floor, man. It's you right now.
Thank you, everybody who tuned in. Thank you, everybody who commented and listened. Share if you like it. Share it. You know what I'm saying? Stream it. Street Prince on everything. It's only one of me. My Instagram is Street Prince 901. Well, LP got the links, so hit the links.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. If you're looking for more artists such as myself, follow Loud Gang, follow Steak Sauce, the production company, follow Let's Get Loud, the Beat Battle series, follow Dope on Arrival, the concert series in Memphis. It's a lot of people. It's a lot of dope music, and I want to shout out everybody who got me to the point that I'm here, that I'm at now, because I wouldn't be here if you weren't there. And, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Appreciate you. Gratitude. And thank you, LP, for having me, man, once again.
Of course. It was great. Like I said, I couldn't wait. I decided to go, I really wanted to give a genuine reaction, but I was like, you know what? After I heard the first couple songs, I was like, no, I can't wait. So I do also want to thank you for putting your trust and your, time into letting me do this for you. Things don't always go right, and I hate when they don't go right, but I think that we still reached a lot of people who didn't know you, and essentially at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Is touching more people that might not know you, or if they've heard your music on my platform and they only got to hear one song, well, now they got the whole shebang. And I'm hoping that people will take some time to support, and I always like to follow up with the people that I've seen, because I've seen a couple people tonight that said they were going to cop the album, so I'm going to be in their inbox and say, hey, here's the link, go get that, go grab that. And I do hope you see some benefit, from the stream and the album listening party. And I'll also put this up on my YouTube as well in case anybody happens to stumble across it. So this concludes our interview as far as you. So I'm going to let you go if you don't have anything else that you want to say to the folks. He said, ooh. I know,
yeah,
right?
Man. I'm going to go back to work.
Oh, man. All right. Well, yeah, you're horrible. I'm so glad that you let me do this for you, and thank you for sending this to me. So I'm going to let you get off here. You get back to work. I'm going to finish up with these people that tuned in, and we'll get you all squared away. So thank you so much for coming on and interviewing with the Eargasm. And I'm excited to continue to do these interviews with you guys. And thank you for being a part of my platform for as long as you have.
Thank you.
Absolutely, SP. You take care, okay?
All right.
Okay, peace out. All right, guys. So, as I said before, that was the Street Prince album on Spotify. It's available everywhere. And, you know, if you're interested in it, I really do hope that you guys enjoyed that interview. Obviously, it went a little long, and that's completely fine. I'll see you later, Jamie. But you know what, though? I think that's the very least that I could do for artists who have over time proven their ability to bring quality and come and support the show. And we have so many more artists coming along. Tomorrow, we have Boss Wood is coming in the building tomorrow. Boss Wood. The next week, then I will have Kula Von Sil will be in the building. And then in July, I will be having Ty the Tyrant and also Tragic. So we have a lot of people coming up that you don't want to miss, that we're going to continue to go over their music and get a little bit of shine on people that you probably didn't get the opportunity to hear more than one track of theirs that I know to be very good artists. Again, I do really want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Don't worry. Next Saturday, I will be doing regular reviews. But this, today and tomorrow, I think Boss Wood's interview may be a little bit shorter. It won't be a full album. We're just going to do a couple songs off of his. So we may have some time for reviews tomorrow. So if you have your own music that you would like to send in, we're going to get back to that stuff tomorrow. So with that being said, I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you guys had a great night and enjoyed the album. If you have any questions, if you can't find the link, you want the link, whatever the case is, let me know. And I will definitely send you the link so that you can go and support this artist. That is all I ask from anybody to ever do, is just support. And if you can't buy it, just go stream it. That helps him too. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I'm going to go chill, relax. It was great seeing you, great seeing the new people. If you were new tonight, please make sure you hit that subscribe button or that like button and follow The Eargasm for further interviews. And if you are interested in an interview, please go over to theeargasm.net/submit and send me a message. So with that being said, you guys have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Boss Wood interview. Take care.
Everybody's gone. We'll take the receiver off the phone. Take it off.